now. All right, y'all. This is HeKnows the Sport, bringing you guys that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We getting right into it, y'all. We're gonna do the damn thing. We about to crush it. Today, we're gonna talk a lot of topics. The first topic at hand that we're gonna talk about is the NBA restart. We're gonna get right into it. I want your take on the NBA restart. I want your overall assessment of it. I want how are you feeling about the NBA restart, and why do you think that the NBA restart is something that is something to me that shouldn't be happening due to the fact that all basketball players are not at their best. And basically, what's your overall take and assessment of why you feel that the NBA restart is something that they're propping to make LeBron James the least path of resistance, to ensure that LeBron James gets where he's trying to go from A to point Z. So what's your take on it, bro?
Well, man, the NBA restart, man, looks like it's destined for a disastrous outcome, man. Because you already see, I'm down here in Florida, man. You see the cases, the record breaking cases that are going on every other day, man. This past weekend there's been record breaking numbers for cases arising with that virus, the COVID-19 virus. So
Hmm?
these players, they're in a bubble, but come on now, that I don't think these players are gonna like how they're talking about in these shows. You see on First Take on like what these players, how these some of these players won't be able to like stay in the bubble, stay disciplined in that bubble without trying to sneak out or sneak someone in. This virus is gonna figure its way on how to come into that bubble, because you have Disney workers, the Disney caretakers they have that are going to be, doing the players' laundry or, bringing their food. These people are going to be able to go in and out of the bubble. Now, they said that these people are not going to ever interact with the players, but
Mm-hmm.
the the virus from what the knowledge we have on the virus is the strand can stay on the surface for a certain amount of hours, man. So if one of these people was to catch the virus and they sneeze on something and it stays and one of these players touches that area, man, it's gonna spread like wildfire. So this thing can potentially be disastrous, man. Adam Silver, he's going to have to answer for all that, because uh, this is all about money. It's part of it is LeBron James too. He wants to play this season. He doesn't want this season to be wasted, and he wants a chance at trying to win a fourth championship. But the main reason is obviously the money. If they don't play these games, $2 billion, they have to pay back $2 billion to their partners, ESPN, TNT, because they're locked into these contracts. They have to play over 70 plus games, so they're not on the hook for that money. So the NBA has to play these games. They're kind of a slave to that contract, because those networks they made a big play, and they put up a lot of cash to televise NBA games. But
Mm-hmm.
the NBA has to play a certain amount of games to fulfill their contract obligations. If they don't fulfill those obligations, then they have to redo their CBA, and they have to the networks can recoup some of that two billion out of that 7 billion that they paid for. Uh, Hold on, was it seven? No, it's not. It was more than 7 billion. My bad. I think it was 10 billion that they paid for the years that they're covering the NBA games on television. I think 10 years that they're going to be covering these. That's what the TV contracts came up to, 10 billion, roughly $10 billion. So the
Mm-hmm.
NBA has to play these games. It's very important, very imperative. But this is very risky because the virus, man, is not in the clear yet. You know, this is we haven't even hit the second wave. The second wave is supposed to come through this fall when the weather gets colder. It's summer. It's hot, man. It's hot down here, and this virus is spreading like wildfire, man. Imagine when the fall comes around. We don't know what kind of record numbers we're gonna see with these cases. It's gonna be crazy. This is why I don't understand why they just didn't cancel the season. We know the financial part, man, but this is more than basketball, man. There's lives here. These are people that uh none of these you're hearing that some of these players are already testing positive. You look at the Brooklyn Nets, uh the point guard, DeAndre Jordan tested positive. That point guard that plays behind Kyrie Irving, he's been doing pretty well this season. Uh, what's his name? I know his name. Hold on for a second. I always forget this dude's name.
You talking about Matthew Brogdon?
Nah, not him. I'm about to give you his name right now. Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his name. He's having a really solid season. He's averaging about 26-6, man. He's looking like he's a solid rotational player. This guy is tested positive for COVID-19. 6 players from the Denver Nuggets have tested positive for the COVID-19. They're not going to be able to practice or train. Yeah, they shut down their practice arena. How are they going to get prepared? This is when they're supposed to be having their training camp. How are they going to get prepared to be able to play for these games that start at the end of the month? It doesn't make any sense.
Don't forget DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I mentioned him. DeAndre Jordan is not playing. How can these guys train? This thing is going to be a disaster, man. Some of these players have caught COVID-19 and they can't train. They can't prepare. Michael Brogdon on the Indiana Pacers, he caught COVID-19. You know, a few players on the Phoenix Suns, I think they're going to be one of the teams participating to play in these games. Some players on the Sacramento Kings, some of their better players have caught COVID-19. They can't train. This is when they got to train. This is when they got to have their training camp, and they can't train. A couple players from the New Orleans Pelicans caught COVID-19. They can't be around their teammates. They can't train. How are these teams going to be prepared for this? This thing, it has nothing but disaster written all over it, man. Because it's greed. It's because they want to see LeBron James have a shot at another ring, but this thing doesn't look good. It seems forced, and I don't know, man. I think that they're gonna have to have another stoppage. They're gonna try to play, but then there's gonna be another stoppage, man. Somehow that virus is gonna seep in there, and big time players are gonna get this virus, and they're gonna have to sit up. Imagine a scenario where they got the playoffs playing out. And Kawhi Leonard catches it. LeBron catches it. Anthony Davis. Imagine how disastrous that would be, man. Okay, and people are saying this wouldn't be an asterisk link. This would have asterisk written all over it. If I'm the team that wins this championship, I wouldn't want to win this championship. This thing that spells asterisk all over it, man. Guys are sitting out, not playing. Guys are going to catch this virus and they're not going to be able to play. How is anybody going to take this champion seriously, man? This thing was forced. It was rushed. They should have waited till this virus. They at least found a vaccine, an antidote, something, man, that could bring down the numbers, man, to where they would be able to have these situations that they're putting these players in would be a lot safer, man. But this thing, man, it just spells disaster. Disaster is around the corner, man. And I don't think it's going to end well.
Here's the bottom line. You have over 10 players that have tested positive for COVID. You got players that are saying that they want to play, and they're testing positive for COVID. You have Damian Lillard, a superstar extraordinaire, that told you that I don't know if I want to play. Because down there in Florida, it's a cesspool, first and foremost. And secondly, they don't have anything regulated. Here's the thing. You have 302 basketball players. We know that there's upwards to close to 500 basketball players, but remember, there's 22 out of 30 teams that's playing. Let me say it again. There's close to 500 basketball professionals, right, in the NBA, but it's down to 302 that's going to be playing because it's 22 out of 30 teams. 302 players. 16 out of 302 have tested positive for coronavirus. Let me say it again. 16 out of 32 players have tested positive for COVID-19, and the numbers are going to count. Commissioner Adam Silver, out of his own mouth, said the numbers were roughly as expected. And here's his thing. None were seriously ill. Are you guys listening to this? COVID-19, from what we've been seeing in the news, is something that's killing people. How is it something that's not seriously ill? How is COVID-19 not something that's prevalent? When we're sitting here, salute to you, Juanetta. Salute to I love this game. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I tell you, true alphas, we always attract feminine energy up in this building, man. Let me say it again. True alphas always attract feminine energy in the building. Bottom line is this. When we sit here and we have to ask ourselves this underlying question and this underlying truth. Here's the truth of the fact of the matter. The number is going to keep going. Matthew Brogdon told us that he's going to try to play. This is an NBA player. Oh, I'm feeling better, but he tested positive for COVID. How are other NBA players are going to feel when they have to play with the likes of other NBA players on the basketball court that have tested positive for COVID? How do you think they're going to feel about that? This is the problem that people don't understand. This is what I don't get. And this is what is daunting to me. You have too many basketball players that already have tested positive. What happens when you have more stars in Orlando that's going to test positive? This is going to hurt the NBA product. The NBA product is going to take what we call a nosedive. And people don't understand that. Here's the other thing, too. Out of everywhere that you could have held this NBA tournament, which is a cockamamie tournament, you choose to hold it in Orlando of all places. Florida's a cesspool for COVID. The numbers that we're tracking at the time that Adam Silver, this guy that lacks a backbone, let me say it again, Adam Silver, the guy that lacks a backbone, sat here and said that the numbers in Orlando was 2,783 people. And counting and going up. It's probably upwards to 3,000. Here's my issue, and I'm glad Juanetta brought it up. See, she said Dinwiddie is having serious borderline complications with the virus. So how are you sitting here telling us that this virus is not seriously ill when it's taking out folks that look like me and Richy Rich? When this virus touches Black folks, it takes us out, man. Or it has detrimental issues with us, man. And it affects us on a serious level. So I don't understand this mentality of we have to win by any means necessary. We have to win by the bottom line. We have to win by the least path of low resistance. Is it that serious? Because where is LeBron James when it comes to these issues? This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Because if LeBron James was supposedly this guy that everybody said that he was, right? And LeBron James was supposedly this socially aware guy, then where the hell is him in being in the forefront saying, you know what? This season should not go on. First and foremost, we have three prevalent issues that's affecting us from this season going on. The first issue is the fact that it's going to be a season of sloppiness. The second issue is the fact that these guys are not going to be at their best, most competitive nature and competitive level. And the third issue to add on to these other two issues is the level of competition is not going to be there the way that we expected in order for me to show you guys that I am this LeBron James that I say that I am. More like it, just like Rip B. Brazy said, La Fraud. This is why we call him the greatest of all trolls. You think of Michael Jordan and a Kobe Bryant. A Kobe Bean Bryant, mind you, that was playing, and I want you guys to let this marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. And when Anthony L takes it up, Richy Rich, we're going to have to kick it a few notches because I know Anthony L going to drop that mic. He coming in with that cemetery silence. But before he comes in with that, here's the bottom line. Kobe Bryant played with a broken, damn near finger for 3 years. He had to change his shooting wrist. See, this is what I don't understand. I'm used to that level of high tolerance of pain threshold. I'm used to that level of competitiveness at its highest degree and its highest order. I'm used to a Michael Jordan telling an NBA owner, and the NBA owner's asking him, well, if you had to take a pain medication to play basketball, would you play? And Michael Jordan's telling you, it depends how level of serious the pain is. Meaning he would be not only thinking in his mind to take it, he would actually freaking take it. This is what competitiveness is all about. And then you got a LeBron James who wants to sit here knowing that all of these other teams, 22 teams, are not at their best. Everyone's not you, LeBron James. Everyone doesn't have a Mike Mancini that's training you. Everyone's not spending over $1 million. Maybe Kawhi Leonard's probably spending close to that, and he's keeping his body in peak condition. But that's not the point. Everyone's not spending over $1 million on their body, keeping themselves in shape. When they found J.R. Smith had popped dirty for freaking weed. And I don't have a problem with people smoking weed. Let's get it straight here on this platform. He knows the sport don't have no problem with people smoking weed. The issue is when you let the weed mess with your brain. It's like Stephen A. Smith say, get off the weed. When you let that thing mess your brain up, then we have a problem. So the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is we have to look at the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion here. And what we're seeing here is a bigger, more prevalent issue. Players are sloppy as fuck. COVID-19 is rampant. And guess what, y'all? The fall is getting ready to come. Because after the summer, what do we deal with, y'all? We deal with the fall. Where does COVID-19 remain the most prevalent? In cold weather. These are facts. This is not something that's manufactured. This is not something that we make up. This is not something that we try to ramble our brains with. It's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. We're talking about this virus that has not been contained, and the second phase of it is enacted. And the NBA is telling us, they have the audacity, they have the boldness to tell us we're going to resume. Well, how about you just park your ass and wait until October? Do we need basketball right now? A mundane sport. Now, mind you, we all are sports enthusiasts here. We all love our basketball. But does basketball take the precedence right now? Is it the priority when human lives are at stake? They haven't given us an emergency preparedness plan or a safety plan, a comprehensive stimulus variation of how these players are going to be secured at the ESPN sports complex. They haven't told us what they're going to confine them to the Walt Disney quarters. These are adults. You're going to tell me adults are going to be confined to not go in and out? How does that make any sense? And then these adults are going to be bringing their family members. You can't tell them they can't bring their family members. They're going to be there with them, especially the superstar extraordinaire players. So what happens to their family members? What is the safety involved in that? And here's the other thing too. You got people that are going to be cleaning these players' clothes, and people that are going to be around them prepping their foods and things of that nature, because they're going to be there for months. You think those people are going to be relegated or stuck to just those quarters? Because these people that work for the ESPN complex, work at the Walt Disney, you think they live in Walt Disney, or do they live in a home outside of Walt Disney and they have to commute to get into Walt Disney? See, this is the stuff that Adam Silver is not thinking about. Here's the even bigger caveat. NBA owners have told you they're not going over there to Orlando, Florida. The people that own these players in terms of what they pay them are telling you they're not going over there. That's not a red flag. But we're supposed to continue the season as is. We're supposed to say that it's okay for the season to continue on. Does that make any sense, y'all? Does that make any sense? Anthony L., I want you to shed some light on this because the numbers are growing. COVID-19 is becoming more rampant. We don't have a cure in sight. What the heck is the NBA doing in their boldness, no, in their belligerence of them wanting to continue a season in July 30th?
All right, can y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I just want to thank you for bringing me on the platform. I know it's been a minute, but I think now is the perfect time for us to really start cooking on this issue right now. Now, what I want to say is this, and I'm gonna try to get to the straight to the point, like I usually do. But y'all know me, once I get heated, I can go. And
Mhm.
I might get a little spiritual. So if anybody gets offended, don't get too offended because I'm going somewhere with it. He knows, you already know what type of guy I am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is how I look at it. First of all, I really don't think the NBA or any sport for that matter needs to be resuming any type of sports activity right now with everything that's going on. Now, I'm going to start off specifically with the Lakers. Now, let's backtrack for a little bit, right? Now, last year, right? Because I'm gonna show you how LeBron's entire tenure as a Laker so far has been nothing but a complete disaster and a failure from jump all the way up until now. Now, if you remember last year when LeBron ruptured his groin, and during that time, I remember the when they were interviewing him backstage in the locker room, and when the Lakers was in danger of missing the playoffs, actually when they did officially miss the playoffs, they
Mhm.
asked LeBron about it, and LeBron had stated that he doesn't have anything else to prove, right? So he said, so LeBron James said he has nothing to prove, right? So fast forward that all the way till today, right? You see how the media is pushing this whole narrative about how the NBA needs to return. LeBron came out with that tweet about what was it, about a month ago, where he said, "Me and my Lakers and my team is ready." Not even considering the fact that Avery Bradley had a voice, not even considering the fact that Dwight Howard had a voice of concern about everything that was going on with the social injustice and health concerns regarding the COVID, right? And so now he already got blasted because he came out and told a lie. He said that the whole team is ready, we're ready to go, but obviously Avery Bradley came out and contradicted that, and he had concerns about resuming the NBA because he felt like, for one, the NBA and the owners as a collective need to take a long, hard look at what's going on in our communities, because a lot of these athletes, a lot of these players come from the very same neighborhoods and areas where all of these different tragedies is going on right now. I mean, if we look at what's going on with Karl Anthony Towns, for one, he lost his mom. Rest in peace. He lost his mom due to complications regarding the COVID, and his city that he represents in Minnesota is being overwhelmed with everything that's going on with the George Floyd situation that happened in that city. So if you take into account everything that's going on in the country right now, the NBA has no business of returning. But see,
Mhm.
if we stick specifically to how the media pushes LeBron to the forefront of this and how LeBron ties into this is because everything that's being pushed by the media is being controlled behind the scenes by LeBron. You know, this man had just said it was 1 year to be exact. He said, I have nothing else to prove, right? Now, if guys like Shannon Sharp, right, want to put you in the category of GOAT, call you the GOAT, and if you're so much greater than Jordan and so much greater than all these other players, why is it that important for you to resume the season? I
Mhm.
that just does not make logical sense to me. If you have nothing else to prove, if you're calling yourself the GOAT, as he did also last year during the regular season when he sat there next to Rich Paul and said, "Oh, yeah, this 2016 finals made me the GOAT." Okay, so if you already believe that in your mind, right, that you are the GOAT, why are you pushing so hard for this NBA season to return when we got all these different things going on in the country right now? You stay on Twitter, all you do is get on social media, you ride the coattails off of other people's back that's actually doing the work. Because with me, I was actually out here. I'm March. I'm from Compton, right?
Mhm.
Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan came to my city. We all marched together. We out here on the grounds. We're out here on the front line, actually out here putting in the work. This ain't no social media clout, you know. We out here really trying to push for change out here in these streets because it's way, 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 way long overdue. And all I've been seeing LeBron doing is just uh fiddling his fingers on Twitter and piggybacking and writing off the backs of what everybody else is doing, you know. So here's the thing with me. I feel like this, LeBron. If you're gonna speak on black issues, and if you're so pro black, then go all the way with it. That's my thing. Either you're gonna do it 100%, or you're not gonna do it at all. Excuse my language, but don't half-ass it. Either you're
Yep.
gonna do it all the way, and you're
Yep.
gonna, because he has that power to come out and say, you know what, this is gonna stop right now. Adam Silver, we're not resuming the NBA until we get this thing resolved in the streets within the black community, and until this thing with this virus begins to settle down. We're not returning. We're not coming back and doing anything until all of this is settled and cleared. He won't do that because he has an underlying agenda, right? He has ulterior motives. You know,
Fact.
you're saying you're saying that you're greater than Jordan, but this whole season is about you trying to chase Jordan, and at the end of the day, you still ain't gonna catch him because you're gonna be tied with Shaq. So how are you chasing after something that you're
Mhm.
not even gonna obtain? Because even if you do win the championship, you're gonna be tied with Shaq. That's not gonna pass. That's not You're not gonna pass Kobe because Kobe
Mhm.
has 5, and you're not gonna pass Jordan because Jordan has 6. So what do you really benefit from this, LeBron? What do you really gain out of this? You know, and see, this is what I and see, this is where LeBron gets caught up in the things that he do, because me, I'm very observant, right? I'm very, I like to sit in the cut and just watch people and watch what they say and watch what they do, because it's funny how, he 1 minute, you want to stand up for NASCAR and say, oh, NASCAR, we support what's that driver name from NASCAR that got caught up with that noose? Bubba.
Bubba Smith.
Probably.
Yeah, whoever it was. He came out and said, "Oh, we support We support you in everything that you do. And I'm like, wait a minute, the irony. So you're gonna come out and support NASCAR, but you can't even speak up on behalf of your own teammates, over your own brethren. You got Avery Bradley coming out speaking up, and he was silent. LeBron was silent. He didn't say anything publicly when Avery Bradley spoke out about the issues that were affecting him. He didn't come out publicly and support Dwight Howard and the issues that was affecting him. He has no support with Kyrie, yet you're dipping in your nose in what the NFL is doing. You're dipping your nose in what NASCAR is doing. You're dipping your nose in what baseball is doing. You're dipping your nose in everybody else's business, and you can't even sweep off your own porch.
Yep.
This man, Kyrie Irving, helped you win a championship, right? But you're so competitive to the point where you can't even put your ego aside and say, you know what? I know, we may not have seen eye to eye on the court, as far as basketball is concerned, but this is bigger than basketball. This is a black issue. And you know what, Kyrie? I stand with you. I support you, you know. And right now this is deeper and beyond basketball. So you know what? Let me just drop my ego for a second. Let me just put that aside and let me stand with Kyrie and let the NBA world and the sports world know that, hey, this is serious. We care about the black community. We care about bringing justice. And right now that takes precedence, that takes priority over everything else. He can't do that. He can't do it, and this is my issue. This is the issue that I have with LeBron, because all you're doing is clout chasing. You ain't putting in no work. You just clout chasing.
Yeah, man.
Kyrie's willing to risk it all. He's willing to lose money. He's willing to give it all up for something, for a cause that he believes in. Same way with Muhammad Ali. We always talking about, LeBron, he just ain't the GOAT on the court. He the GOAT off the court. Okay, you the GOAT off the court, but you ain't trying to sacrifice nothing. How you the GOAT off the court, but you ain't trying to sacrifice nothing? Muhammad Ali actually had his belt stripped, right? Served prison time, right? And pretty much, and even by the time he died, I mean, he basically died broke. I mean, if you really want to look at it, he died broke. So you talking about, you want to put yourself in the category of Muhammad Ali, but you don't want to pay the cost.
Exactly.
And if you're gonna put yourself in the category of Ali, you better be able to count up the cost. And if you ain't willing to count up the cost, then don't even put your name in that category. And this is the issue that I have with LeBron. Now, as far as Adam Silver, I just think Adam Silver just needs to grow a spine and grow a backbone, because I think he's being manipulated and controlled by a lot of outside influences, and I know the majority of that is coming from LeBron's camp, and he has to step up and make tough decisions as a commissioner. He has to understand that not everybody is going to like it. Even you may even have pushback from the face of the NBA, which is LeBron. But who cares? But because as commissioner, you got to be able to make tough, stern decisions. And if we can't even depend on you to do what's right by the players in terms of their health and safety, then you're really going to have some problems, because God forbid if something happens. JaVale McGee has asthma. Some of these players have pre-existing conditions. If a player, God forbid, drops dead on the court, you're going to have a problem on your hands. And you're going to wish you could have said, you know what, I should have went with my gut instinct. I should have stood up to all of these people who tried to swing me in all these different directions. I should have stepped up and did my job as a commissioner, but he not, because he's so worried about money, and he's so worried about being people's friends and being accepted as the cool commissioner, you can't even do your job. That's what my issue is with Adam Silver, and God is trying to tell us something, with everything that's going on. They should take heed to it. I mean, if you look at all of just look for, I mean, for instance, like all the plagues that were sent towards Pharaoh. God started off with a small plague to warn him, but then little by little, those plagues got bigger and bigger and bigger until Pharaoh's son got wiped out by that death angel. See,
Mm.
God is trying to, he's showing us all of these different signs to wake us up, to get our priorities in order. And
Yeah.
if right now, if the only thing we can seem to think of is basketball as a
Mm.
top priority over everything that's going on right now, then
Mm.
we're lost. We're lost as a people. Because I'm hearing reports that, and somebody was telling me, this lady was telling me yesterday, she has a brother that's a meteorologist. They're going to be preparing for a storm, a hurricane storm coming in August, and around that particular time, that's hurricane season. So
Yep.
all these different warnings, all these different signs, all of these different conditions, even the governor of Florida, I mean, he's so incompetent with his position. This guy is letting people walk around Florida with no mask.
Mm.
He's walking around Florida with no. He's walking around. He's letting people walk around Florida, and they're not even enforcing wearing masks. So
Mhm.
you have a state that's growing, with that is rising with the most cases of this particular virus, and y'all trying to have the NBA resume there, not to mention the fact that Florida is one of the most racist states in the country because of the
Mhm.
stand your ground laws. So that
Mm.
doesn't make anything any better in terms of everything that's going on with social injustice. You combine that with the way they're handling the virus and the hurricane that's coming, that's supposed to be coming up soon, and that spells for a recipe for disaster. So
Yep.
right now, the NBA needs to take a long, hard look at what they're doing, because I think this is going to lead to a serious major problem that um they're not going to be able to recover from, you
Mm.
know. So they better take heed to all the signs and all the warnings, because if not, I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem. They're going to have a problem on their hands that they've never encountered before with this issue, because 2020 already started off on the wrong foot, us losing Kobe, and then right after that, it's just been bad news after bad news after bad news. This whole year, I mean, has been a year to forget, and we're barely halfway through the year. So right
Yep.
now, I just think we need to just get our priorities in check. Basketball is not the most important thing in our lives right now. Right now, we could do without it. Right now, there's a lot more issues we need to get it under control before we move on to basketball. And right now, that's all I got to say.
Mm. 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 Richie Rich, man, what's your follow up to that?
Yeah, man. Hats off to the bro Anthony L. Man, you went through, man. You went in, man. I'm glad. I appreciate how you deduce LeBron James and how he's been trying to piggyback off this social injustice that's been going on, systematic racism, and you saw it like when that whole Drew Brees situation, when Drew Brees made the comments about the flag, and then LeBron James, made some comments about Drew Brees, saying that he shouldn't say that, and then people was like, "Oh, you saw how LeBron went at Drew Brees." It's like, man, he's trying to, just how you said, he's trying to social finger his way in on every topic, so he could be mentioned. His name could continue to be mentioned amongst the casuals, amongst everyone, man. That this guy, man, he knows what he's doing, because that's what it's about. If you figure out a way to keep yourself mentioned among people, he wants to maintain this level of popularity he's had for so many years. So this is how he's gonna do it. Obviously, he has someone that's been giving him ideas. They've been giving him some intelligent ideas, because obviously it's working. He's fooling some people, and these people think that, oh, LeBron is really for social injustice and all this type of stuff. Really, man, that guy is he's like the worst kind of person because you got to look at it like this. When we was watching The Last Dance, I'm gonna go to MJ. MJ already told you who he was. This is why I respect MJ. MJ let you know, hey man, I'm not in politics like that. That's not my thing. I'm a basketball player. You know, this is why you got to respect MJ for who he is. You know, some people may not like that he's not talkative in politics and stuff, but MJ told you who he was. He told you the truth. I'm not a guy that's into politics. At that time, he wasn't into politics. He wasn't trying to be. He wasn't trying to be someone that he wasn't. LeBron James, he's trying to play both sides. He's trying to be someone that okay, he's trying to be stand up for social injustice, but he's not going to sacrifice his empire. So
Mm-hmm.
what side are you on, LeBron, man? You can't play two sides. That's the worst kind of person when you trying to play two sides. So I'm glad you exposed that dude, man. He needs to get exposed a lot more on that. He didn't back up his brothers, his teammates, Avery Bradley and Dwight Howard, because those guys are their own person. They came and they said gave their 2 cents on what they thought about the NBA restarting, saying that they were with Kyrie Irving, man. They didn't like they feel that this systematic racism, this social injustice amongst the black community in this country needs to be addressed before play resumes. They'd like to see that. And you didn't hear a peep out of LeBron. So that tells you something, man. He's like, oh man, I'm not trying to hear what these dudes is trying to say. I'm just trying to get to that Orlando and trying to see if I can get that fourth NBA championship. That's all that matters. It's like Charlie Brown. Why, 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 why. That's all it. He ain't trying to hear Avery. He ain't trying to hear Kyrie. He ain't trying to hear Dwight. He ain't trying to hear anybody that's with that cause right now. That man is just focused on trying to resume playing Orlando, and he's just trying to win. That's it. So these people could falsely put him up in the greatness on MJ's level, falsely lying and trying to put him on a level that he's not, that he hasn't achieved, or he will never achieve, and people in true basketball through his eyes. So I'm glad that you did that, Anthony. More people need to start exposing LeBron for who he is, man. Because that dude, man, is faker than they come, man. And more people need to talk about that. The problem is you got these networks, man, that be with that LeBron brigade nonsense, man. We need to have more people, man, like that dude that's on Fox Sports, man, that tell it how it is. He go at LeBron hard. His name is Rob Parker. You know what I'm talking about. He knows. Rob Parker don't play. He go at LeBron. I like that. We need to have more guys like that. We got Skip, man, but Skip be wishy-washy sometimes. He be on that foolishness, that foolery.
Mm-hmm.
We need guys that's not going to stand for that nonsense, man. Call that dude out for what it is, for what he is. So we need more of that. And like you said, man, the NBA, man, is not something that should be important right now, man. We need things that need to be addressed. First and foremost, this whole virus, man, this thing is not going away. This thing is here to stay, man. And even if they find a vaccine or some type of antidote, this thing is still going to be amongst us in this world, man. It's just something we're going to have to adjust to, you know, like how you said, when you said you're going to talk about spiritual stuff. If you're someone that's in the Bible, and you know that the Lord talks about pestilence that's going to be in the land, man, poison. This is something that's going to be in the world, man. Earthquakes in diverse places. There's always an earthquake somewhere going on in the world. Famines. There's even famines going on in the world, but you won't hear them bring up stuff like that in the news. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic to be talked about. Another day. But there actually is famine. There's some countries out there that people are starving right now, man. They have nothing. Population is dying out, but they're not talking about, because this stuff lines up with biblical prophecy, man. So that's another thing to be talked about. But like you saying, this pestilence that's in this land is COVID. This thing is spreading like wildfire, man. It's crazy. And this thing is not going away anytime soon, man. It's something we're going to have to figure out a way to adjust, man. and we're gonna have to learn from it. We're gonna have to become strong through it. So things like the NBA it's not important right now. There's things that we need to be focusing on, more productive things. But obviously, it means a lot to them to finish this season out because it's about money, man. And I think their love for money is what's going to doom them. When it's what's going to doom them because they don't want to let that $2 billion go. They don't want to have to redo their CBA again.
Exactly.
They don't want to lose out on the cash, man, on the moolah. And it's gonna hurt them, man. When this thing blows up in their face, like when Nettis, I don't think players are gonna literally die on the court. We've hardly seen that. You know, the only player I could think of was Reggie Lewis that played on the Boston Celtics years ago. He didn't actually. I think he died on the practice court when he was practicing, but he didn't die. Or he didn't die during an actual game. But we're talking about like players who have like issues, like Anthony. Well, you mentioned JaVale McGee. He has asthma, man. Jeff Green. He's on the Houston Rockets. He had a heart surgery, man. This guy, I remember he had to have a heart surgery done, man, when he was on the Boston Celtics. This guy is going to be playing on the Houston Rockets. What if he gets COVID-19? It's not going to be. The players that are currently playing right now, we don't know what underlying conditions these other players that are hitting that we don't know what's going on, man. So this is very risky, man. Adam Silver is taking a big risk. There's a reason why they've resumed play overseas in Europe. It's because the people paid attention to instructions, man. They actually shut down their entire countries. Like right now, you in Europe, soccer is being played, baseball is being played now in China and South Korea. It's because they shut off their country. People were wearing masks. People weren't playing around, man, with this whole COVID. In America, people do what they want over here. They don't respect the laws, man. That's what, and you seen it. The cases have risen because like today I was out and about today, man. I'm seeing people with no mask on, man, just walking about like, man, these people are crazy, man. Literally crazy. Like, don't you know what's going on? Why you don't got your mask on, bro? Come on now, man. This is why this thing keeps spreading. These people are still going to bars. They going to clubs. They still congregating in masses, man, when they shouldn't be. That's what's going on in Florida. Hitting up South Beach, man. Man, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you. This is why this virus is here to stay for a while, man. And this is why, you know, they may have in Adam Silver's head, he's probably like, man, I regret coming here to Florida. I probably should have waited this out because I didn't know this thing was going to spike like this. See, they jumped the gun too early. And like how you said, Governor DeSantis, that guy, man, he's in over his head. He doesn't know what he's doing. And the reason why he's not enforcing the masses is because he realizes that people are just going to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
If you want these people to, if you want to make a statement, it's going to have to turn to violence, man. And we can't have that, man. See what's going on with the cops right now. Them thinking that they could get away with what they're doing right now, but now they're on those cops' asses. So these people are gonna be able to do whatever they want to do, man. And the only thing that's gonna make these people change their mind is more deaths, more rising cases, more deaths, man. That's gonna be the wake up call. And it's sad, but you know, you made some great points, Anthony, man. And basketball is not important right now, and things need to be addressed. The virus got to be addressed, and this systematic racism has to be addressed, man. The NBA, just like how you said, someone put in the comments about the WNBA players, man, taking more of a stand than the NBA players. And that's a shame, man. These NBA players, I was hoping to see more NBA players because I was looking at that deadline, at that June 24th deadline. I thought more players were going to sit out, but I was disappointed at who I saw sit out and the numbers, man. It wasn't a lot, man. Meaning that these guys, some of these guys, I understand the rookie situation. Rookies, they it's their first season, man, and they're like, man, they're confused right now. So you could understand a place of where those guys are coming from. But the
Yep.
veterans, man, it's very disappointing for them. Man. Very disappointing.
Yep.
Some of those guys, man, are just sellouts.
Yep. Here's the thing, man. And I'm gonna preference this, man. It's gonna offend some people, but when does He Knows the Sport give a flying you know what about offending people? Here's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth telling fashion. If you are sitting here covering basketball, you're a sellout. If you are sitting here making live streams, making videos about basketball after you have said that the basketball season should not continue on, you are a sellout. This is coon behavior. This is Uncle Tom behavior that He Knows His Sport has talked about and He Knows His Sport has rolled out on the red carpet. This is what I'm talking about. How can you sit here and get behind a season that you know it's going to be non-competitive? How can anyone get behind that and call yourself a basketball enthusiast? That's the issue right there. And people need to let that marinate in the corpus callosum. People need to let that marinate in the cerebellum. Here's how Adam Silver is an idiot. He lacks a backbone. Today, Adam Silver says, I won't guarantee that the NBA season will be concluded. The NFL has been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to see how other sports operate in a pandemic. Meanwhile, none of the other major American sports have returned to play. Things that make you say, I wonder why. Things that make you say, if there's any sport that would have continued on, don't you think it would have been football? Isn't football the number one pastime in America? Why haven't they continued on? It's because they're trying to see how other sports operate in the pandemic. On Tuesday, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver declined to guarantee that his league will successfully complete its 2019-2020 season via the bubble approach in Orlando. If that's the case, then why continue on a season? And if that's the case, why are people so caught up in a mundane thing such as basketball when we have all of these bigger issues that are at stake and they're trying to cover it, knowing damn well you're not going to get a full-on product? Do you guys realize the fanship experience is going to be bullshit? Do you guys realize it's going to be empty seats? Who wants to watch that? That's like a practice scrimmage, man. That's not a real basketball game. That's not real experience. So who the hell wants to watch that? And here, let's look even further. It's never full stream no matter what, Silver said during a Time 100 Talks discussion. One thing we're learning is that the virus is that much unpredictable. Okay. If you know that the virus is unpredictable, then why are you continuing on the season? Now, here's how Adam Silver continues to fumble on himself. 9 days ago, as positive coronavirus cases spiked in Florida, Silver reportedly was resolute but somber. So resolute means I'm strong in my resolve, but I'm somber at the same time. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling down about my own strength that I supposedly have. When discussing the ability of the NBA to accomplish its Orlando objective, Silver added that even if the season resumes in the Orlando bubble, a significant spread of the virus at the Disney World complex could spark cancellation of the balance of the season. Well, if you know this, Adam Silver, why are you even wasting your time to continue the season on? Silver also was asked to identify what would qualify as a significant spread. Honestly, Silver said, I'm not sure. We have a panel of scientists, doctors, experts that are working with us. We're going to see as we go through. So basically, we're still going to do this guinea pig thing of population control within the NBA. We're still going to allow this NBA season to happen. We're still going to try to make as much as we can make. We're still going to try to go and get them as much of the bottom of the line as we can possibly get. Certainly, if we have a lot of cases, we're going to stop. So you need a lot of cases to stop. Is it 16 a red alert, a red flag enough? Or do you need it to go to 30? I don't know. What's the ceiling cap? You need to go to 40? You cannot run from this virus. This is from Adam Silver's mouth. I'm absolutely convinced that it will be safer on this campus than off of this campus. So what? You're going to regulate people to the campus? You're going to tell people you need to live, eat, sleep, and breathe this campus? Well, if you guys know anything about COVID, if anybody's sitting here and staying within a campus, right? The issue is they are prone to be more sicker because your immune system is not getting sunlight. Your immune system is not being outside. Your immune system is not breathing nature's air. So how's that going to work? That's counterproductive, Adam Silver. And then he goes as far as to say, certainly we have a lot of cases. If we have a lot of cases, we're going to stop. You can't run from this virus. I'm absolutely convinced that it will be safer on this campus than off this campus because there aren't many other situations I'm aware of. There's mass testing of asymptomatic employees. In some ways, this is maybe a model for how industries ultimately open. Okay, so basically he's trying to give the NBA credit for something that they haven't even put in place yet, something they haven't even tested yet, because they haven't returned back yet. So how does that make any sense? You dodo head, Adam Silver. We're going to see as we go. Get used to the virus. So you're going to test this out. We're going to guinea pig this, just like HeKnows the Sport said, because it feels like that's exactly what the NFL is doing. No, the NFL is parking their ass. They're not playing. That's a fundamentally different thing, which means that the specter of an abruptly pulled plug will hover over football season from this moment through the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl. So if football is smart enough to do this, why isn't basketball doing the same thing? Why isn't there a reciprocation of them being smart enough to say that we're not going to continue on with the season? I told you guys LeBron James was a class A narcissist. How many times did HeKnows the Sport had to denote this to you guys? How many times did HeKnows the Sport had to roll this thing out on the red carpet? I told you guys, when it all boils down to it, and when the chickens come to roost, LeBron James is going to show you the class A narcissist that he is. Anyone that compromises, that wants to talk nicely about LeBron, that wants to talk about the NBA season and it coming back, you're a sellout. Because you can't sit here and on one end out of your mouth, sit here and say that the NBA season should not continue on, that we're going to get a watered down sport. We're not going to get what we're used to getting. And then at the same time, go out there and watch a watered down product. How does that make any sense to you guys? What I call that is brain full of mush and brainwash dodo headisms at its truest and its most properest levels. I told you guys, man, the LBJ Riders Media, the LBJ Brigade, the LBJ Apologists, and the LBJ Stands, this is a all-on-out machine. The way that they're governing themselves, the way that they run themselves, the way that they push themselves, the way that they move the thumb and the needle on how they move the situation is all so that LeBron James can have the least path of resistance. This is so that LeBron James can go from an abysmal 3 for 9, 33% NBA Finals average, because that's what he is, a 33.3% average performer, to a 4 for 10 potentially NBA Finals averager performer. I wouldn't want 4 for 10 if I had to get it this way. At least in the lockout season, right, with the San Antonio Spurs, they actually played 50 plus games, and they actually played against competitive teams because everybody started back at the same time. There wasn't no COVID. There wasn't no BLM movement. It was just everything as usual. This was what it was called a contractual issue between players and owners. So all they did was just stop or interrupt services just a little longer than what they would have normally started it as. But nothing changed. Everybody was able to start their training camp at the same. Everybody was able to come in the same way. The Los Angeles Lakers are sitting here having a distinct advantage over all of these other NBA teams, and no one's putting their feet to the fire. People are compromising. People are being soft tissued about the situation. People are sitting there and not addressing this situation for what it is. That makes no sense, folks. This is sellout stuff. This is coon stuff. This is Uncle Tom behavior, and it has to be called out. LeBron James is who I told you guys he was. I've been deducing this guy from day one. And notice HeKnows the Sport is the only one that has been consistent from a platform perspective. We're not talking about the Anthony L's of the world. We're not talking about the Joshes of the world. We're not talking about the Winnetas, the I love this game of the world. These have been consistent folks in the comment and chat and panel situations that have been doing their things. I'm talking about from a platform perspective. No one can tell you. You can match my platform up with any other platform that has talked about LeBron James. I have not taken the proverbial foot off of the damn neck. I've always kept it there. As a matter of fact, I've applied unlimited pressure because pressure does what? It bursts fucking pipes. And what have I done? I rolled the bullshit artist out for what he is in the red carpet. I've shown you guys what he was. This is why He Knows His Sport gave you an anthology of videos about LeBron James. It's so that it can marinate in your corpus callosum and in your cerebellum. It can marinate in your medulla oblongata that this guy's not what you think that he is. He is a class A narcissist. Now you guys are seeing it. Where is he in the BLM movement? Nowhere to be found. Where is he when this COVID situation is happening? Nowhere to be found. If LeBron is political like you say he is, why is he going after Drew Brees? That's too easy. Anybody can go after the white guy. All the white guy got to do is say something wrong. Anybody could go after the woman that says shut up and dribble. That's too fucking easy. She's white. But where's your black Negro ass in the lines and in the ranks when you have 80% of the NBA product that's black, mind you, and you're not galvanizing behind them? This is a problem. This is a fundamental problem, folks. This is a big issue. 80% of the product is black. And LeBron James, where are you to be found? Lewis Sports Network, salute to you, brother. Where the hell are you? And this is a big issue. This is what I don't understand. This is what I can't get behind. And this is what I don't get. And this is what I can't get. How is LeBron James able to slither his way like a freaking little snake that he is, just like Stephen A. Snake, and find a way to continue to move in the way that he's moving and don't get rolled out on the red carpet? I mean, this is ridiculous. You have to hold LeBron James accountable. And this is the perfect time. All of us that have said something about LeBron and have deduced him for what he was, a class A narcissist, have revealed him as such, have revealed this guy as a guy that's always about the bottom of the line. This is now when we talk even more. We spread our wings even, we soar it even higher. We spread those freaking wings, man. We go out there and we talk about this till it can't be talked about no more. See, when you apply limited pressure, what it does is it does one or two things. I'm gonna give you guys a life lesson about pressure, because that's what I apply on LeBron James' ass. Pressure does one or two things. Either you're best friends with it or it bursts his pipes. But since LeBron James is a 33.3% NBA Finals averager and performer, I know it's gonna burst his pipes, because all I gotta do is apply not even 100%. I'm about to throw the jab. All I gotta do is apply 67% of unlimited pressure, because that's the 2/3 that his ass don't understand. Remember, he's a 1/3. So all I got to do is give him 2/3 of the damn equation. That's it. That's how I deal with LeBron. I always deal with him in the 2/3 equation, because 1/3 is what he doesn't understand. LeBron James is a class A narcissist. He governs himself by the 27th law of power. And if you guys know anything about the 48 laws of power, the 27th law of power is about cult-like following. That's what he has. You guys seen it. I call them the LeBron tards. You guys call them LeBron sexuals. We know what we call them, but I call them the LeBron tards. You can't reason with a LeBron tard. You say something to a LeBron tard, you losing brain cells talking to them. Am I lying? You lose brain cells, because they don't bring basketball. They just bring LeBron to you. We're sitting here talking basketball. They talking LeBron. It reminds me of that Jay-Z term. I'm not looking at you, dude. I'm looking past you. Let me say it again. I'm not looking at you, dude. I'm looking past you. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to look past these people. No. We're not trying. We are actually looking past them, but they're not getting the message. They frequented this channel before, and all they tell you is LeBron stuff, like they look gargling the freaking LeBalls. But they're not giving you basketball. Oh, LeBron is this, LeBron is that, LeBron is this, LeBron is this, LeBron. Where the hell's LeBron at? LeBron was trying to denigrate Michael Jordan's character to say the reason why people don't respect Michael Jordan is because Michael Jordan is apolitical. Here's the problem. Michael Jordan told you he was apolitical. And you have to respect him for that because everybody can't be no damn civil rights leader, especially a sports figure. And if you guys are waiting for a sports figure to be your civil rights leader, your civil rights movement aficionado, then it's either you wasn't raised right or you just ain't, you missing a few screws up in your head because you can't expect that from sports figures. And one thing that Charles Barkley said that was prevalent, that I don't agree with everything else, is he's not a fucking role model. You can't expect sports figures to be your damn role model. But LeBron put himself out there when he said, I am political. I am going to talk about these issues. When he started it with Trayvon Martin. So if that's the case, right? If that's what you're doing, LeBron, right? And you're putting yourself out there to say that I'm about the movement, then fucking be about the movement, man. What's so hard about that? Don't give us this Twitter version. Don't give us this, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to go after the Drew Brees. That's too fucking easy. That's an easy cop-out, man. I mean, this is ridiculous. If I sit here and I'm a black person, I go after a Drew Brees or I go after the woman that tells me to shut up and dribble, that's typical. But where are you at when your people, our people, are going through what they're going through right now with George Floyd's situation? Where the hell was your ass at? I haven't seen LeBron in anywhere where he's shown himself tangibly. You know why? And let me explain. Because LeBron James is what is called a darling. He's basically doing what Richy Rich talked about. He's straddling both sides of the fence. He's talking two sideways out of his ass. I can't stand people that talk two sideways out of his ass. Something about that just gives me fucking goosebumps. Something about that irritates me. And you know, he knows the sport always roll their ass out on the red carpet, and I always ether and murk them. They too easy. As a matter of fact, they so easy to ether and murk because all you have to do is reveal them as such, talking two sideways out of your freaking ass. And that's what LeBron James is, a two-sidewaiter. Because you can't have your cake and want to eat it too. Oh, we're not gonna stay silent. We're gonna Twitter finger. We're gonna talk about the issue, and then turn around and they get silent because Kyrie Irving beat you to the punch. Because Kyrie Irving actually did the heavyweight lifting that you couldn't do. Because Kyrie Irving actually said, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys what this is all about. This is ridiculous, man. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, man. And you guys have to understand, it's been a while since I've been this passionate about something, man. And I'm always passionate, but I'm super passionate right now because LeBron is what he is to you guys. Now you guys are seeing, damn, if He Knows His Sport went excessive on LeBron, I get it now. I get why He Knows His Sport has a library of videos because you know why? Every time the LBJ Riders media told a lie, He Knows had to tell the damn truth to go behind it because I got sick and tired of it. They told you the other day on the media, me and Lewis, we had the live and we went in. And in that freaking ESPN segment, me and Lewis talked about on the last live how during the time when Kendrick Perkins was running his freaking mouth, he had to get checked by Bill Russell. Because they were saying that LeBron James is the greatest athlete we've ever seen. And then when Bill Russell checked fucking Kendrick Perkins and checked fucking Shannon Sharp, oh no, LeBron, you know, LeBron is not the best athlete, you know, we're going to have to give it to Bill Russell, man. Shannon Sharp was the first one, a 50-something-year-old guy calling LeBron the GOAT. I told you guys, if anybody is over 50 years old, you north of 50, and your ass is calling LeBron the GOAT, that's all I gotta say, man. I'm gonna just laugh at that, man. And I'm gonna leave that alone. Notice 50-some-year-olds that call LeBron the GOAT, they don't frequent the channel no more because they too damn offended. It is what it is. This channel is not for the faint-hearted, man. We're not gonna be light on LeBron. We're gonna be on that ass. Because how are you sitting here telling us that you are the greatest of all time? Greatest of all time. Do you understand the full weight, the full gravity, and the full magnitude of what a GOAT looks like? To be a GOAT, that means that you have to be able to handle arduous and pressurized situations. Let me say it again. You have to be able to handle arduous and pressurized situations. Isn't BLM movement right now arduous and pressurized situation? Isn't COVID-19 an arduous and pressurized situation? I done told you guys, man, LeBron is allergic to clutch moments. That's not just basketball. He's allergic to that shit in his life. LeBron is a 33.3%er averager and performer, period. Not just basketball, period. He's proven that to you guys. He gave you the 33.3% average by tweeting. Where the fuck is he at now when the red carpet is rolled out and people need him? Damian Lillard should not be doing what a LeBron James should be doing. LeBron is the ambassador of the sport. Avery Bradley, a teammate of LeBron James, who, by the way, has the namesake that is nowhere near the likes of a LeBron James. The fucking goof troops. I call Shaq El Stupido. So I call Dwight Howard the big L goof troopido. He's a big goof troop. You let a goofy, troopy player like that stand up for a cause that you couldn't even stand up for. This is ridiculous. And then Michael Jordan, thank you, Josh. I was just about to say, that's why I said, me and Josh, boy, we be on that same wavelength. MJ, who's apolitical, said, they go 100 M's. So where the hell is LeBron James at when it comes to these big issues, man? This is what I'm talking about, man. See, Anthony L came in and shut the building down, made me have to raise the level of play up. I don't mind it. Hey, it's his phase, dog. You telling me to raise up 2? I'm going to raise up 7. Because I'm raising that thing up now. I'm sick and tired of the LaFoolery. I'm sick and tired of the plotting. And like Lewis says in his variation, I'm sick and tired of the scheming, man. LeBron James has to be rolled out on the red carpet. This is an opportunity for anybody that's a cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller that renders themselves in truth-telling fashion to expose LeBron. If we haven't had a perfect green light to expose his ass, now is the time to expose his ass. Y'all know me. I'll do 1 or 2 videos on LeBron. I might start doing 3 because I'm getting on that ass. I ain't got time for this, man. We got to expose this dude for what he is. He's nowhere to be found in George Floyd's situation. Nowhere to be found in the COVID-19 situation. But he's sitting there secretly training with basketball players, prepping for a preseason. Does that make any sense? You know what that's called? That's called classic Doden troglodytisms, man. Rudy Poo and Plum Brainisms. Ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric isms. There's a reason why I use these incendiary words, because they apply to a guy like LeBron James. LeBron is a puppet, y'all. I've been telling you guys this stuff. Don't get it twisted. He's not doing anything that you think that's so against the NBA. The reason why he can talk about Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that and do it from a Twitter aspect is because it's so open nowadays for anyone to talk about it. It's easy for people to have discussions. You see these people that are supposedly civil rights leaders tell you, let's just talk about it. Let's just have a discussion, but they don't really do anything about it. They don't showcase any group economics. They don't show you what anything really means and what anything can really justify itself and what anything can quantify itself to be. But we have a season of players who, mind you, the numbers are going to multiply. We've seen this before. They opened up all of these states, and what happened? The spread got serious. You know why? They didn't even contain it. There's no virus. There's no cure in sight. There's only a virus. And what these dodo heads don't understand, and Adam Silver being the biggest variation of that damn dodo head, is they're doing population control, y'all. They're running you guys like guinea pigs. NBA players are included too, because 80% of them are black. Y'all didn't catch that. What I said was so deep and profound. I need to let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? You hear me? Wow. They are treating all of us like guinea pigs. NBA players are included because 80% of the product is black. And they're treating this like a plantation. Oh, yes,
He Knows the Sport gonna drop a video on this motherfucker talking about how Adam Silver is treating the modern day NBA like a plantation, y'all. That's what is happening right now. And you guys don't see it, but I see it clear as day. And if I gotta be the preacher and teacher to get behind it, so damn be it. If an Anthony L has to start a fire and spark a fire and raise the level up in this damn life to make people to have to expose it for what it is, so damn be it. If Richy Rich got to do Cemetery Nas version of silence to expose the truth for what it is, so damn be it. But you guys got to get it. They're running a modern day NBA plantation, y'all. And 80% of the product is black. So what do you think is happening here? They don't give a shit about these players. Matter of fact, I'm going to quote it in a term that you guys can understand. No matter where you at, whether you in the hood or whether you in the burbs, they don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it again. They don't give a fuck. They don't. It's just that simple. No. The number 3 for the number of confirmation. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about you guys. Matter of fact, I just said 4. 4 means covering all sides of the equation and covering all sides of the angles. They don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, I said it a 5th time. Because it's 80% of the product are black players. Look at how many black players have caught coronavirus and how it's unserious. They even showcasing you the differences. Nikolai Jokic caught it, and they made a whole memoir about it. Matthew Brogdon caught it. They ain't say shit. Alex Lins caught that motherfucker. They made a memoir about it. You don't see the difference that they're doing here? When it's a non-black NBA player, they give you a fucking memoir and a story about the shit. When it's a black player that caught it, the illness, Adam Silver is not that serious. It's not seriously ill. Also, that LeBron James could get 4 out of 10. If I got 4 NBA finals and 10 tries, I would tell somebody, you know what, off me, man. Because that's not a good NBA finals average. I'm sorry. See, I got to get vocal with this so you guys can get it. If I need 10 tries to get 40%, that's horrible. That's horrendous. And you're going to sell me off of that because he graduated from 33.3% to 40%? But damn it, you had to do 10 tries to get that shit. Could you imagine if Jordan had 10 tries? How many rings would he would have had? Could you imagine if Kobe had 10 tries? How many rings would he have had? Come on, man. Even Magic, who was close to 10 tries, was 5 for 9. 60%. 10% above the NBA upper echelon of the pantheon of greatness. Because what is the pantheon of greatness all associated and all about? 50% or better. That's upper echelon material. So LeBron wins the title this year. So you guys can laugh. He's still going to be 10% away from being at the upper echelon. So what was the whole point of winning? You still 10% off, motherfucker. I'm still going to clown you for that. It took you 10 times to get to 40%? Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about when I say love participation award era. This is what we're dealing with, folks. A guy who gets to the NBA Finals as many times as possible, but when he does that, he comes up short. Do you understand the next generation will look at LBJ Riders Media? This is right here is going to hit the below the belt because I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to hit below the belt. LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologists, and LBJ Stands. The next generation, Anthony L., I saw you had your little baby, man. Your baby, when your baby becomes an adult and is grown up, your baby's going to look as an adult at LeBron James NBA Finals record. And when somebody tells your child that LeBron James was the greatest basketball player of all time, you know what that adult of yours is going to do, at that time? They're going to do this. The last generation was dumb as fuck. That's what they're going to say. Because how the heck can a guy win as many times as he went, lost as many times he lost, but he was the greatest of all time? They're going to laugh at us. You guys don't realize how serious this is. This ain't even about basketball no more. I'm about to make it real for you guys. I'm about to spell it out. So get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling. This is about you guys and your intelligence being insulted. Do you guys want to be on the wrong side of history like these LBJ apologists and LBJ stands and look like idiots to your next generation? They're not going to take you serious. You know why they're not going to take you serious? You're going to have kids tell their parents in the next generation. Somebody going to laugh right now because what I'm saying, this one going to stick. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if people start using this damn material on their platform. You're going to have kids that's going to look at their parents and tell their parents, you can't parent me. And you know why the parent gonna say that? You know why the kid gonna say that to the parent? Because you rooted for LeBron. So I don't believe anything that come out your damn mouth. Y'all didn't get that. You gonna have kids that's gonna look at their parents and tell them you rooted for LeBron. So I don't believe anything that come out your mouth. If you can root for that, then how can you parent me? I'm serious, y'all. It's that serious. They're gonna insult their parents' intelligence because they're going to say, damn, you guys weren't even smart enough to deduce what was real and what was fake. So how the hell am I even going to listen to you? But you're supposed to be an authority figure to me. See, Anthony L's child is going to listen to him because these things right here, YouTube, whether we want to believe it or not, guess what, folks? We all are public figures. Once you put your name, your brand, and your likeness out and you do videos, these things are public. People can go back to these things and watch these things. And when they go back and watch it and they see it for what it is, they're going to say, damn, Anthony L's child could look back on this and say, my dad, man, he was wise. He was smart. I can get behind that. I can listen to that. I can appreciate that. But another child that sees that you were a LeBron tart, they're not going to want to hear anything you have to say. Because when you try to sit there and tell them as a LeBron tard that LeBron James was better than a Michael Jordan, was better than a Kobe Bryant, that kid will laugh at you. Because like I told you guys, these next generation folks, they don't care about all the nuances. They care about the end all be all, the end product. And you know what the end product is? How many times did this guy win NBA Finals? How many times did this guy win NBA Finals MVP? And how did he do it? And at what level did he do it at? The next generation is going to be smart enough to figure this out. And when the next generation sees, hold up, this guy lost as many times as Jordan. How did y'all say he was the greatest when he lost as many times as the guy they say that was the greatest? This don't make no sense to me. Please make it. And then when you start telling them all the nuances, they're going to laugh at you. So what the next generation is going to tell you is, damn, y'all kept lowering the standard for this guy? Oh, I can see why your generation was lost. You know what generation we're in, folks? We are the millennials. Let's not be the laughing stock of generations, y'all. Let's be actually the smartest. And the smartest form of thinking and the smartest way of seeing things is to denounce a LeBron way of seeing things and to actually say that a LeBron James is not what he's cracked up to be. That would be on being on the right side of history. I know that's the side of history that HeKnows will be on because HeKnows has a library of videos that will denote that he was on that side. The question is, are you guys going to be on that side of history? That's the underlying question. That's the cold-hearted and unadulterated cutthroat truth-telling fashion that you guys have to tell yourself. And when you guys get to that point and you guys tell yourself this stuff, then you're going to realize, oh, okay, yeah, HeKnows was on to something. See, Kevin Durant is ranked on a pantheon of greatness higher than LeBron already because Kevin Durant's walking around damn near 67%. Kawhi Leonard is on a pantheon of greatness higher than LeBron already. You know why? Because the next generation is going to see that he's at 67%. This is not rocket science. Even Stephen Curry, even though he ain't got no finals MVP, and you know I clown him for no damn finals MVP now, he's still going to get the nod over LeBron. Because you know what they're going to say? Well, damn, his NBA finals average is better, though. He ain't got no finals MVPs, but he was the main cause in some of them, and he got a better NBA finals average. You guys got to start thinking like the way the next generation is going to think. I'm telling you, when you start thinking like this, and you start going to that wavelength of thinking, you will understand that, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. See, Juanetta, she disassociated herself with the millennials. That's what I'm talking about. Throw that damn jab. Throw that jab. She was like, I ain't no damn millennial. Don't put me in the lump with that bullshit generation right there. Me, I don't know. One day they say I'm Generation X. The next day they say I'm millennial. I don't know. Maybe I'm tweeting in between the two. But whatever generation I'm in, I don't want to be the dodo head of that damn generation. Because that's how they're going to view us. And that's why I'm trying to prep you guys, man. The next generation is always looking at what the previous generation did, said, how they acted, how they conducted themselves to see if they can be better or they can emulate some of the things that the previous generation did. Do you guys want us to be the laughing stock? Because we couldn't get this LeBron thing right? Come on, y'all. Y'all can't be serious with this. Y'all cannot be serious with this stuff. LeBron James, Rob Parker was quoted by James when he said LeBron James is considered fo, right? Richy Rich brought it up. I got that term from Rob Parker. Fo. Finals failure of all time. You know what I did? I said, Rob Parker, I'm going to take your swag and I'm going to put a fucking G right in front of it. And you know what I say? Guffafo. Greatest finals failure of all time. I just added a G in front of it because LeBron want to be a GOAT so bad, right? No, your ass ain't no damn GOAT. You a Guffafo. A greatest finals failure of all time because you've shown us how to fail in the finals in so many ways. You have the frozen year with the Dallas Mavericks in 2011 when you really let us know what you was really about. You got hot and bothered like grits. Oh, Winetta asked me when you're 81, Winetta. I was born in 81. LeBron James, Guffafo. He showed us the epic meltdown with the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James showed us the epic meltdown when he blamed San Antonio. He made LBJ apologize. LBJ. This is when I knew LeBron was willing to do whatever in a Class A narcissist form to get excuses out of there. I never heard of an AC excuse in my life. He said that the reason why we lost the game is because they didn't have no AC. Really, LeBron? Tim Duncan was way older than your ass. Wasn't he playing? Y'all remember that? Am I the only one that remember that? I laughed my ass off when I heard that shit. Tony Parker wasn't older than him. Manu Ginobili wasn't older. So they were in on that AC stuff, LeBron? Come on, man. This is hilarious. And then let's look at the other one. Oh, in 2007 when they played against San Antonio Spurs. Well, LeBron, he was young and he was playing with a young Cleveland Cavaliers team. Listen, man, if your ass is good enough to get in the NBA Finals, your ass is good enough to get your ass whooped. That's a cardinal rule in my family's household and how we operate and how we think. And how we operate and how we think, bottom line is, if your ass is good enough, again, if your ass is good enough to get your ass in the NBA Finals, your ass is good enough to get your ass whooped. So I don't want to hear this. He was an infant in 07. Was Magic Johnson an infant? Because when they call him Tragic Magic, Magic Johnson was only in his second year in basketball, going into his third year. So why are the excuses for LeBron? Wasn't LeBron already so many years later? They call Magic Tragic Magic after 2 or 3 years of playing professional ball. Come on, man. How does LeBron get this slack? And then we have to think of the years that he lost against Golden State Warriors. Oh, but that's because they had a loaded team, as if he didn't have Kyrie Irving, as if he didn't have Kevin Love. What? I mean, how many excuses does this guy need? They made you believe that the Golden State Warriors was that much better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what the LBJ Riders media was pumping, which was bullshit. Because Stephen Curry could not see Kyrie Irving on the basketball court. We all know this to be true. Kyrie Irving was razzling and dazzling his ass. Am I the only one that saw that? Kevin Love was sticking it to them. And let's not sit here and act like Tristan Thompson wasn't punking Draymond Green. We know Tristan Thompson punked Draymond Green because Draymond Green cried about it. He told us that he cried about it. And he told us his mama had to basically put him here. Oh, come on, Draymond. It's going to be all right, Draymond. Tristan Thompson, we know he punking you, but you're going to have to man up. We know this to be true because it was on TV for us. So how is the Golden State Warriors that much better when that was happening? Come on, y'all. They done sold y'all this latif, this nonsense. And then let's not talk about the year that Kevin Durant was robbed in 2012 because of Joel Anthony went to the free throw line more than LeBron James. See, every time you look at the NBA Finals with a LeBron, there's an asterisk associated with it. Thank you, Winetta. You said 61-82. See, then I'm Generation X. That makes all the sense in the damn world for me. Thank you. When some people you listen to, they tell you Generation X. Some people tell you listen to, they tell you millennial. I don't know, but thank you for clarifying that. That makes sense why I don't think like these damn millennial dodo heads. Anybody that's a millennial, if you don't think like a dodo head, then pat yourself on the back because you are rare. Most millennials think like freaking dodo heads, by the way. Now, bottom line is this. When you sit there and look at the totality and the full weight of a LeBron James, you have to ask yourself these underlying undercurrents and undertruths here. Ray Allen. LeBron got 2 safety blankets in that situation because everybody give Ray Allen the credit, but everybody forget Chris Bosh got that fucking rebound to get Ray Allen that 3. Let's not forget. If Chris Bosh didn't get the we wouldn't have the 3. You see how that rhymes? Now I gotta say that again. If Chris Bosh didn't get the we wouldn't have the 3. That's the bottom line. So y'all better give Chris Bosh his credit too. See, when I look at that, I look at it as a 2-for-1 safety blanket situation because Chris Bosh got the because Greg Popovich made a gaffe of a mistake in putting Tim Duncan out. How do you put Tim Duncan out in the game at that period of time? When we know Tim Duncan could damn near out-rebound Chris Bosh any day of the damn week. Chris Bosh is wide open to get his damn rebound, kicks it out to Ray Allen, and you see LeBron. Look at LeBron's face. LeBron knew if he would have lost that finals, he would have been sitting at 2 for 9. Somebody tell me what a 2 for 9 NBA Finals average is. Please tell me what that is right now. This is what LeBron would have been sitting on. 2 for freaking 9, y'all. 2 for 9. If Ray Allen didn't hit that damn 3. And then LeBron would have been sitting at 1 for 9 if Kyrie Irving didn't drop 41. And let's not forget, me and Lewis talked about this eloquently in the last live. Kyrie Irving had another 36 piece. See, we talk about the 241-point games that Kyrie Irving had. Kyrie Irving did more than enough heavyweight lifting to get an NBA Finals MVP. You know why Kyrie Irving left LeBron James? You know why he was feeling some type of way? Because he knew he bailed LeBron James out in an ultimate safety blanket fashion, and he didn't get the Finals MVP. If there was any year to tell LeBron, screw you, this guy should get the NBA Finals MVP, it was that year with Kyrie Irving. Anthony, I'm sorry, man, I had to ride on a little bit because I'm sick and tired of the foolery, man, the class A narcissistic behavior. And now you guys are seeing, man, and the Prediction King strikes again. His Prediction King style and his Prediction King fashion of HeKnows the sport keeps showcasing himself. You know why? Let me tell you guys something. There ain't nothing special on how to become a Prediction King. Let me tell you the prerequisite to become a Prediction King. Fall your ass up under the truth. If you line yourself up under the truth, you're going to be a Prediction King. Anthony L is a truth teller. He's a biblical truth teller. So that's a Prediction King in of itself. Richy Rich come with the cemetery silence. That's a Prediction King in of itself. There's no special requirement to become a Prediction King. The only requirement is to follow yourself up under the truth. And when you follow yourself up under the truth, then you look at LeBron. LeBron is what we call a half truth. There ain't no difference between LeBron and Satan, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't went that far. Damn it, I did, and damn it, I will. There ain't that much difference between LeBron James and Satan. You know why there ain't that much difference between the both of them? Because the both of them spew with you half truths. What is a half truth? It's a lie. It ain't truth. Because LeBron James is a half truth because he made you believe he was a GOAT when he's really the greatest of all trolls. So that makes him a half truth. You see what I'm saying? There ain't that much difference between these two guys, man. And when you guys roll out the red carpet and see it for what it is, you're gonna be like, damn, HeKnows is on to something. Yeah, that's gonna be a video too. Yeah, you're gonna offend some people. That one's gonna actually be for the LeBron tards. Because I like to get under LeBron. Y'all don't understand. That's HeKnows' thing, man. HeKnows love getting under the damn LeBron tard. I love when LeBron tard like, you fuck you, man. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. How you gonna hate on LeBron, man? You hate on the brother, man. Fuck you, man. No. It's something wrong with you when you can sit there in the comment section and get hot and bothered like grits because somebody's telling you an opposition argument. I mean, that's crazy because I'm telling you something that's different, because I'm telling you something that you don't want to hear. You getting hot and bothered like grits about it? Now that is an issue right there. That amazes me. So yes, LeBron James and Satan ain't too far from each other. They both do the same thing. They give you the half truths. LeBron does it in his basketball career. And Satan, if y'all know the history behind him, you already know. So I don't even need to tell you. But that's what LeBron does in the basketball. He tells you the half truths about his greatness. And it's sickening. And you guys just had the Last Dance documentary. You will never get that anymore, man. Michael Jordan gave you that. And the bottom line is, after you guys have been given this and it's been rendered unto you guys, guess what? You will never get that anymore. The bottom line is this, and here's the biggest thing. Lewis is right in his assessment there. I agree with Lewis 1,000%. And I'm going to tell you why. You know why people are able to galvanize behind MJ and Kobe? Because those guys just said, we're going to do this from our greatness on the basketball court. Did MJ and Kobe get assists on the basketball court? Yes. What superstar doesn't? But their assists came from the fact that it's because their greatness personification couldn't be denied. So their assist was like a cherry on top. It wasn't because they needed it. It was just so that it could be a cherry on top. You get it now? That's what that was all about. LeBron, on the other hand, needs every assist that could be thrown his way. It's like Richy Rich said so many lives ago. LeBron needs the perfect scenario, the perfect situation, the perfect environment, the perfect everything so that he can win a title. Do you guys understand what that means? That means la half truth. It means a guffafault, a greatest finals failure of all time. And the biggest lie the LBJ Riders media ever told you was that LeBron James was not a Class A narcissist. If you guys wanted to see LeBron James a Class A narcissist behavior, what is a narcissist? A narcissist don't give a damn about anybody else but themselves. What is narcissistic behavior? Self-absorption, being self-oriented, being self-absorbed in how you govern yourself, and everybody else has to be affected by that. Well, isn't that what LeBron's doing right now? By not standing up for the BLM movement, by not standing up for COVID, and basically telling you we're going to have secret workout sessions. And when he did finally talk, he made a comment back on April 30th, which me and Lewis talked about in the last live, where he talked expressly about, well, they're saying that the NBA season is not going to start. I don't know who told you that lie. That's your socially aware dude. All about the NBA season starting so that he can get a foot ahead of the competition, because there ain't no damn competition. I'm done, man. I done said what I had to say about LeBron. I think I ethered and burnt him enough, man. Y'all got 80 supplement things y'all want to say, Anthony or Richy Rich, before we move on to the next topic?
I just wanted to add on to what you was, because you was on flames. But I just need to add on to something, because my issue with LeBron right now has nothing to do with basketball, and this is why I don't even know if I could even root for the Lakers anymore until that man leave. And I know that's going to come as a surprise and as a shock to a lot of people, but right now I can't root for the Lakers until that man leaves. And it has nothing to do with basketball. It's this man's integrity. You know, this dude sat up there in the middle of the court, right, and said, I'm going to he's what he said about Kobe. He said I'm going to carry your legacy. But wait a minute, the night before Kobe Bryant passed, Nick Wright got up on Twitter, disrespected that man's name. LeBron said nothing. He said nothing. For years, ESPN has done nothing but assassinate the character of Kobe Bryant, ranking him extremely low in the top 10 rankings, you know, and just year after year after year, the disrespect of Kobe, and LeBron has never came to Kobe's defense, you know. And this is my issue with LeBron, because, you know, You let all these people talk bad about somebody that you say you admired, somebody you say you respected, somebody you say uh 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 you looked up to for guidance coming up in the NBA, and for years on years on years you sat up there and let the media trash Kobe, didn't come to his defense. As much as you be on Twitter, you've never checked Nick Wright. You've never checked Nick Wright or Shannon Sharp or any of these other clowns who's disrespected Kobe. And so for him to say that he's going to carry Kobe legacy, it was disingenuous to me because you never had his back from the get go, you know. And to me, I felt like, he must have been secretly jealous of Kobe because it's obvious Jordan had more of a fond of Kobe than he did with LeBron. So obviously it was something there, you
Mhm.
know. But this lets me know that everything he was saying, about carrying Kobe legacy is disingenuous. And it's even more evident with the signing of J.R. Smith, and this is how I could tell a lot of these Laker fans ain't even true Laker fans, because y'all getting excited over J.R. Smith, a guy that ain't even played in 2 years, and the last time he played, his dumbass threw the ball out of bounds, and y'all excited off of this dude. We got people out here really, really talking about this dude like he a serious upgrade. This dude ain't no
Mhm.
upgrade. He don't even deserve to wear a purple and gold jersey, because I
Mhm.
seen that interview that he did after George Floyd's murder that he did where he disrespected Kobe and Jordan, talking about, uh LeBron is the greatest leader off the court. He's greater than Jordan. He's greater than Kobe. And it's like, just to even fix his mouth to even speak on Kobe like that. You don't deserve to come here as no Laker. You know, and LeBron should have been the first one to check his ass, and he didn't. You letting all these people that you control, manipulate behind the scenes, disrespect Kobe, and then now, and this is the issue that I have with LeBron. It's like, you know, if you're sending these people out to the forefront to do your dirty work for you, then you a coward.
Mhm.
And I hope everybody from LeBron's camp finds their way over to this YouTube channel and listening to what I'm saying. Your boy is a coward. Maverick Carter, if you listening, your boy is a coward. Rich Paul, if you listening, your boy is a coward. Anybody that's connected or affiliated with LeBron, they need to know. I'm telling you right now, your boy is a coward. Because if you're gonna send Kendrick Perkins out there to attack Kyrie because he's standing on good principle, and he's making a threat to end the season when the season ain't even of what's important right now with everything that's going on, you a coward. You are a coward. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I mean, let's just say, for instance, come on, like he knows, like, wouldn't you respect the person even if they didn't like you? Wouldn't you respect the person that much more if they just came to you like a man and tell you and told you face to face what their issue was with you? They're not
Mhm.
gonna send nobody else to do it. They're not gonna send friends to do it. They're not gonna send acquaintances to do it. They're not gonna send teammates to do it or strangers to do it. They're gonna come to you man to man, face to face, right?
Yep.
That's somebody you respect more. Even if you don't like that person, at least I could say, man, I respect this person. I don't like this person. I don't like what they say about me, but at least I respect it enough to where they came directly to my face. LeBron can't even do that. This dude
Mhm.
is hiding behind the computer, and he's sending out Perkins because he want Perkins to get the backlash that he don't want, because he ain't man enough to come to Kyrie like a man and say what he needs to say like a man. He's not man enough to go and say, Avery, he wants to send Perkins and all these other clowns in the media to attack Avery Bradley for doing what he got to do as a man, taking care of his son. That takes first priority over anything else. And then you're sending people in the media to go attack the very same people that you call a brotherhood. How you gonna say
Exactly.
the NBA is a brotherhood and you sending people to attack people that you calling it is your brother? Who's the real coon?
Hmm.
Who's the real Uncle Tom here?
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
So my issue with LeBron has nothing to do with basketball right now. It's your integrity, bruh. You ain't
Hmm.
standing on no principles right now.
Hmm.
You ain't standing on. no kind of morals, no kind of codes, no kind of ethics or nothing. And right now, like I don't care what happens to the Lakers right now. If they lose, oh well. Oh well. Because whatever's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. Because he did all that trash talking last year, talking about he called him he gave him the self-proclaimed title as the GOAT, and your ass didn't even make the playoffs. And then look what's happening. His entire career so far up until this point as a Laker has been nothing but a failure, a complete disaster, a complete train wreck. And he brought it all on himself because he can't humble himself. This man needs to humble himself. And this is my issue, and this is why I can't root for basketball, period. But especially, and as much as y'all know I love the Lakers, I can't root for the Lakers right now because it's a lot of backhanded things going on. And this lets me know that the Lakers management didn't know what they were doing from the time Magic was there until the time he stepped down. Everything is starting to unravel and peel like an onion, layer by layer by layer. Everything is getting exposed right now. This virus is exposing everything. Everything that's going on with social injustice in the streets, it's exposing who the real ones and who the fake ones. And you can't be lukewarm about this. You either hot or cold. LeBron, if you go if you're gonna be pro black and you say you about supporting black people, then be about it. Don't just be about it with people you don't like or people you don't agree with it. If you're gonna do it all the way and be consistent with it. Otherwise, shut your mouth. Or maybe he should shut up and dribble. Maybe she was right. Because if you can't stay consistent, and if you can't stay consistent in your talk and in your walk, yeah, you need to shut your mouth and be quiet and let somebody else who's well versed and actually has been on the front lines, let them take lead and you follow. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say right now. But my issue with LeBron has nothing to do with basketball. It's your integrity, bro. Check yourself. And I hope everybody from LeBron's camp is listening to every word I'm saying right now. Your boy's a coward. That's all I got to say.
Richy Rich, man. Any follow-ups to that, man? Woo!
Yeah, man. Napalm bombs, atom bombs, boy. He dropped it, boy. They were felt. They were felt, dog. I know this. What you had to say is gonna get across to one of them clowns on LeBron James camp. Whether it's Rich Paul or whoever that other dude that be on that show. I forgot his name. But it's gonna get across to one of them clowns, man. They probably gonna make a comment on it on Twitter or something. But man, boy, you definitely went in on these dudes. Yeah, man, that's like how I'm saying, man. LeBron James, he's just using this Laker platform for clout, man. That's all he. That's the reason he can't. What is he doing in LA, man? Boy, you from Ohio, though. What's your ass doing over in LA, dog? I don't get it. Why did he even make that move? It's a clown move. It's just something to build his brand up, build his legacy up. That's all it is, man. This dude look out of place over here, man. Over there. He looks out of place, and he don't realize it. If you already see how fake he is, man. This like how he's allowed these dudes. He's so cool with Kobe. So had mutual respect with Kobe. Was so down with Kobe. Had a bond with Kobe, but yet you allowing these clowns to make fun of Kobe, and Kobe's no longer with us anymore, man. What kind of dude are you? You know what I'm saying? How come you haven't checked these fools that's been coming out of the side of their mouth talking bad about Kobe, trying to put dirt on Kobe's name? Kobe not even here to defend himself, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Kobe's one of the greatest to ever play the game, man. This is crazy, man. I'm glad you calling this dude out, man. You just been exposing this dude all day on this platform, man, for what he is. He's always, you know what? I've seen it from the beginning. This dude has always been envious of Kobe from the comments I've seen, I've heard him made about Kobe, the way I've seen him observe Kobe, especially when Kobe went in '08 to help them boys win that gold medal, man. And how LeBron was trying to act as if he was the leader of the team, but none of them cats was respecting him as the leader, dog. The people that they was looking at as the leaders on that team was Kobe and Jason Kidd, the veterans. That's who they was looking at, especially Kobe Bryant, man, because Kobe brought in a new energy, a serious work ethic, a serious attitude adjustment on that team, and everybody followed suit. And LeBron James was like, "Damn, dog, this is he's trying to act like the leader, but ain't no one following his ass." Kobe had to bail them fools out in that game against Spain, dog. LeBron was getting fouled out, making a bad mistakes out there. Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade helped carry those boys through that game, man. But if Kobe wasn't there, them boys wouldn't have won, man. And ever since then, in moments before that, man, I've always seen LeBron. LeBron's been envious. He's always wanted to be above Kobe Bryant. He's always wanted to be above that dude. Wanted to be talked above him, even by the comments he's made, man. Like this dude, man, he's jealous of Kobe, man. The love that Kobe gets, the admiration that Kobe gets, especially that overseas, man. That Kobe has a huge following overseas. LeBron's always wanted that, man. He's always wanted that. He's always been envious of Kobe because of that. And and you just see it, like he let these guys. You remember what that last comment Kobe made on his Instagram post when he was bigging up LeBron? He was saying, "Man, carry on the game. Keep carrying on the game to the next generation." Because this is what Kobe was doing after his days in basketball. This is what he was looking out. He was looking out for the next generation. He was looking out for the women uh, in the WNBA and their future, trying to big them up. His daughter, man, that passed away with him in that tragic helicopter, along with the other people, Gianna, man, she was gonna be in the WNBA and she was gonna do big things, man. She had her old boys fire, man, and she had that full support and backing, man. Kobe had her training with the best of the best, man. So you knew this girl was gonna be serious. And Kobe was supporting the women's game. He was trying to help bring their game to new heights. And he was also helping out the young generation coming up in the NBA, man. A lot of these guys, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, PG, man, Kobe imprint is on a lot of these players, man, that are the stars in this game. Why would you let these clowns, these jesters out here, these fools out here try to put dirt on Kobe's name and not check these people? And you're the face of the game. You're still the face of the game. I've never seen LeBron James check one of these fools that come out the side and talk bad about Kobe, man. And I thought you was cool with Kobe. Man, I'm glad you called this dude out, man. That dude is on Los Angeles to just build his legacy, man. He's there to build his brand, to build his empire. He don't care about anybody but himself, man. So Anthony L, man, salutes to you, brothers. Keep calling that dude out, man, because he needs to be exposed. He needs to be exposed for what he is, man. I can't drop the bombs that you dropped, man, because you went on some social injustice stuff. Him not touching on politics, acting like he's really into that, but he's not. He's not someone that's gonna sacrifice like a Muhammad Ali or the guys in the Olympics that raised their hands and that were banned because of their beliefs, because they believed in Black Power, man. LeBron's not gonna do things like that, man. He's gonna make sure his stuff is secure, man. And by making sure his stuff is secure, he actually has to shut up and dribble. So you know what? He actually is doing what that Laura Ingram said for him to do. He's gonna shut up and dribble when his stuff is on the line. He's not. He's gonna make sure he never puts his stuff on the line because that's not who he is, man. He doesn't take those risks. You ever see LeBron James ever take those risks? No. That guy is never gonna take risks like that because he's all about himself. And he needs to be exposed, man. People falling for this. Oh, he's making these comments on these cryptic comments on Twitter. Oh, actually fooling people like he actually cares about topics like that. No, he doesn't, man. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what he is, man. And y'all need to stop falling for it. Whoever's on here, man, whoever's falling for that LeBron James Houdiniac, man, y'all need to wake up. It's time to drink, smell that coffee, wake up out of that trance that you're in, man. You know, and that's all I have to say on that, man.
Facts. And I like what Devin Thought said when he said Kevin Durant spoke up for Kobe Bryant. LBJ never did. Bottom line is LeBron James, it's factual. LeBron James was jealous of Kobe Bryant, man. I mean, that's just the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion, man. He was just jealous. It is what it is. And we have to spell this thing out, and we have to peel the layers of the onion. I like the way Anthony L. said it, but you know me, I always add the luz in between it because that's what we're doing. We're peeling the layers of the damn onion. Here's what people have to understand, man. When we look at LBJ Riders Media, we look at LBJ apologists, look at LBJ stands, you guys literally lose brain cells talking to these people. LeBron's integrity is shot. It's been shot. See, I like how Anthony L. denounced his Lakership, at least for the moment. And remember, I did this thing where I told you guys, denounce your Lakership. It was a very hard line stance. But HeKnows the Sport loves to take the approach that everybody else is not willing to take, man. Because I have this Thanos complex, man. And I just can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Like Thanos used to always say. Thanos talked about the hardest decisions require the hardest wills, man. That's what he said. The hardest decisions require the hardest wills. You guys right here, I can see a bunch of leaders in you guys in the chat. And I can see a bunch of leaders in the panel. You guys are willing to have that Thanos complex, that the hardest decisions require the hardest wills. It was a very hard decision to denounce your Lakership, at least even for the moment, but you do that because LeBron James, they told you the biggest lie in the world. They told you guys that Terrell Owens was a team obliterator, right? That's not true. LeBron James is a team obliterator. He's the team obliterator, y'all. LeBron James is the person that comes to your team. He basically rapes your team apart, leaves them to the dust. Guys that were performing at a level, he reduces them to rubbish, basically rubble. And then when the team is done, they become a lottery team for a number of years. This is what LeBron James does. But this is what LeBron has to face. See, LeBron reminds me of the Avengers, right? In the Infinity War. And when you think of LeBron and you think of the Golden State Warriors was Thanos. And what Golden State Warriors used to tell LeBron was this: you could not live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? LeBron couldn't live with his own failure in the 2017 NBA Finals. So Kevin Durant was Thanos right there saying, you could not live with your own failure. So where did that bring you? Oh, the 35 crooked little eye wasn't enough? Then guess what? This is what Kevin Durant tells him. Listen, man, the hardest choices requires the strongest wills. So bring a cook my way. I'm going to cook him. Bring J.R. Smith my way. I'm going to cook him because I got the strongest will of what's called being an over-the-top player to cook him. That's how he operates. But see, this is the biggest issue that LeBron James didn't learn in his AAU era. Here's his biggest issue that he didn't learn. The biggest issue that LeBron James never learned is failure. And a lot of people are like, what? He knows, what are you talking about? LeBron has failed so many times. No. LeBron didn't learn true failure. And I'm going to explain why he never learned true failure. He never learned true failure because he never learned the price of what failure is all about. See, it's too easy to fail because you thought you were something that you were not, and you just happened to meet
a unstoppable force or an immovable object when yet you are a stoppable force and you are a movable object, right? We're not talking about that because LeBron never met the real kind of failure that a Michael Jordan did when he faced the Detroit Pistons, that kind of adversity. The failures that a Kobe Bryant experienced at the hands of him not having Shaquille O'Neal, and even before then, when the Los Angeles Lakers, before they got to where they were at, the failures that they went up against the San Antonio Spurs, because even in their tenure together, San Antonio Spurs whooped them up pretty good. And then the failures that a Kobe Bryant experienced under the likes of a Boston Celtics. LeBron didn't face that real kind of failure. What he faced was, we're going to throw $90 million at this kid, and we're going to see what he does, and we're going to find a way to recoup our investment from him, because for some reason he can't recoup his own investment back. See, this is what you guys have to understand about LeBron. LeBron can never go out there and do his own heavyweight lifting. His heavyweight lifting has to be assisted. You guys ever watch those guys benching on the spot, benching on the bench press, and you got a spotter on the bench press, right? And you know, guys, they could just clean it, boom, knock it out, 315, boom. They get up to 350, boom, knock that thing out. Then when they start getting a 405, Rip B. Brazy, you know what I'm talking about, because you know how them LA boys get down when they lift weights, bro. They get the 405, they can't clear it. Anthony L., you know what I'm talking about. You in LA. Them LA boys can lift, y'all. They can lift. They get the 405, they can't clear it. And you know what happens? You got the, you know what I'm saying, guys of the world that tell you you know what I'm saying, what's his name? CT Miller or something like that. That tells you, no, you're going to have to give me that. You're going to have to give me that. You're going to have to give me that. The Mike Rasheeds of the world's telling you, and you're going to have to work for that set. We ain't going to help your ass out because you got to rep it out. So they learn that through that pressure, they got to pull that 4-5 up, even if their hands going like this. They got to get it up. Even if they got to fart on themselves, even if they got to poop on themselves, that 4-5 going to get kunkum. It's going to clear. Here's the problem. LeBron is that dude that's trying to hit that 4-5, but he can't even do this. See, he ain't never been in that moment. That 4-5, when he tries to lift it, it falls right back on his damn chest. That has always been pressure for LeBron James. That's been his story lifeline. So what does a Phil Knight does? Now, if you guys don't know who Phil Knight is, he's the owner of Nike. Him and David Stern at the time had an agreement. See, I want y'all to get the notepads out and get to the damn script, because, you know, he knows always give you guys a teaching lesson. Anthony L., you may know this. You may not know this either, but I'm going to enlighten you guys on this. David Stern and Phil Knight had an agreement that we're going to give this guy a $90 million shoe contract, but he has to recoup the investment, because this is what people have to understand about basketball players. There's the domestic market, right? Domestic market is always there for a basketball player to dominate. All they have to do is just score a lot of points per game, be a triple-double artist, be a guy who's the number one cog on the team, a guy who's ball dominant, a guy who basically find a way to put the ball in the hole, have some special ability. LeBron was able to do these things, right? But in order to get that international market, you got to get rings. You got to get championships. So now I'm going back to what people were talking about with the Kobe Bryant and measuring it with LeBron, because Richy Rich talked about this in so many lives ago, but I know it went over a lot of people's heads, but we're going to bring it back. For those that are three-dimensional thinkers, or at least operating at a second dimension wave of thinking, you got the message when Richy Rich said it. So I have to take it back from the encyclopedia and boom, usher it out today so that we can rehash that one, because I felt like this one needed to be rehashed again. Richy Rich talked about an eloquence of Kobe Bryant being able to have the international market that LeBron James didn't have. And you know why Kobe had that? Because Kobe had rings to justify that. You can't touch the international market if you're not a champion. China don't want your ass if you ain't got no rings. Greece don't want your ass if you ain't got no rings. How are they going to look up to you? How are their kids going to look up to you? Because the kids over there in these international countries don't look up to people the way that the kids in the United States do. We have a participation award era style of looking up to people. We just want them to score points. To the kids in the international, you got to win. They still are governed by competition over there. So you got to win something for them to be impressed. This is why Kobe became so renowned the way that he did in the international market in China, because of the fact that, damn, Kobe Bryant, look at how he won against the Boston Celtics. Damn, Kobe Bryant, look at how he won against the Orlando Magic. And look at the players that he did this with. You guys have to look at these Laker team and understand what Kobe Bryant was working with. And this is the other thing, too. Here's the caveat that you guys don't understand. Kobe Bryant was outside of his prime. The NBA screwed Kobe Bryant over 2 times. Kobe Bryant won championships pre-prime and post-prime. He never won championships during his prime. They made sure of that. Because his prime years was when he was in video game mode and those years when they didn't have Shaq. That was prime Kobe. He didn't win championships at that time. But you could tell when Kobe was starting to get past his prime because he lost that step. He couldn't dunk like he used to. He had to figure out when he needed to dunk. He had to pick his spots. His body was breaking down on him. Kobe won a title post-prime. And if you look at that Boston Celtics team, there's a reason why that Boston Celtics team beat them the way they did in 08, because that Lakers team couldn't stand against that Boston Celtics team. So now, not only did you have a post-prime Kobe, you also had a Los Angeles Lakers team that was not fit to play against the likes of a Boston Celtics team. But through adversity, right? Through pressure, Kobe Bryant still found a way to get it done. Mind you, this was the time when Kobe Bryant had a finger that he didn't get surgery done on for 3+ years, because Kobe knew if he got surgery done on that finger, that would have been it for the Lakers, because Kobe would have had to sit out a whole year. See, this is what real pressure is all about. This is what real failure is all about. Kobe's Lakers was never supposed to beat the Boston Celtics team. Even in 2010, they weren't supposed to beat them, because that Lakers team was not as good as that Boston Celtics team. See, I'm giving you guys cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-telling fashion. They had a 3 Supermen to Kobe's 1 Superman. Have you guys ever watched the old Christopher Reeves? I know Lewis is a encyclopedia, not only in basketball. I peeped that with him. He's an encyclopedia when it comes to watching TV shows. He's an encyclopedia because the little references he makes, I can see there's a little encyclopedia in him, so he could understand this reference well. Christopher Reeves, Wonetta, you Generation X, you remember these Superman movies. If you guys remember, in Superman 3, when Superman had to go up against the 3 Supermen, Superman couldn't face them head on. You know why, Anthony L? Because they were Supermen too. How can 1 Superman face 3 Supermen? And if you guys recall in the fight, Superman was getting his ass tossed left and right. One-on-one, he was able to whoop one of them up. But when they tag team his ass, what happened? That's what the Boston Celtics was to the Los Angeles Lakers. 3 Supermen to 1 Superman. So you know what Superman had to do at the end of the movie in order to beat them? He had to neutralize them. He had to take away their superpowers from them. That's what Kobe Bryant had to do. Kobe Bryant had to outsmart the Boston Celtics, with the fact that Kobe Bryant just didn't have it like that in terms of what he used to have. Don't get me wrong. Kobe Bryant is great basketball player, dominating like nobody's business, but he was playing with Paul Gasol. And Paul Gasol, truth be told, was a LeBron James before LeBron James, because he had a LeBron James mentality. He was shied away from the moment. Paul Gasol was that guy that he wanted to just put up his numbers and he was gone. And Kobe had to yell greatness into his ass. Y'all remember, y'all used to see Kobe Bryant shy Paul Gasol. You know what I'm talking about, Anthony. Yeah, you a Laker fan extraordinaire. You know it. Kobe would grab that basketball. He didn't care if the referee said 24-second possession. Kobe would yell at Paul Gasol. He would tell him, get your ass in the post, operate. You know how to do this thing. If Paul Gasol did not have a leader like that to ride him the way that he did, he would have not rise to the occasion the way that he would have rose to the occasion. And I want y'all to follow me because you can see where I'm going with this. LeBron James is a Paul Gasol, or Paul Gasol is a LeBron James. The difference between LeBron James is he didn't have a Kobe-like figure to get on his ass. This is why you see his behavior has basically allowed itself to manifest and be what it is throughout his whole tenure. And I love this game. You are right. Paul Gasol was overrated. But what happened when he played with the Los Angeles Lakers? Kobe Bryant lift his level of play up. Because when you play with Kobe Bryant's a totalitarian. He's a dictator in the way that he operates as a leader. You're going to learn basketball one way, and the one way you're going to learn it is you are going to be the best version of yourself. Paul Gasol didn't even know what the best version of himself until he played with Kobe Bryant. That's why you saw when Paul Gasol was there in the group when Michael Jordan was talking, Paul Gasol was sitting not too far away from Vanessa. He was touched. And Paul Gasol said, anything you need, Vanessa, I got you. Because Paul Gasol understands that Kobe Bryant was the true definition of what a leader is. And he raised Paul Gasol's game up to the level. And he's the reason why Paul Gasol was able to have an NBA lifeline after the Lakers. Hence, Paul Gasol made a lot of money in the NBA. You know why? Because of Kobe Bryant's leadership of riding his ass. Now, could you imagine if a LeBron James had a Kobe? LeBron would have been a whole lot better than what you guys see that he is. Because Kobe would have put him in his fucking place every single time. And Kobe wouldn't have been about that bullshit. You're not going to come over here and act like you're going to make the right play. We saw it in the little microcosm when Kobe was in the All-Star game and he was on LeBron's ass. What you doing not trying to check me? What you doing not trying to sit here and do my ass up and take the shot? I'm trying to guard your ass. I'm trying to lock you down. Why are you not taking the last shot? You could see Kobe Bryant's leadership was such of a robustness and such of a high degree and high pedigree because he was able to have a Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade get on LeBron too. Remember, leadership is contagious, y'all. Let me say it again. Leadership is contagious. See, what LeBron is giving you guys is the class A narcissism. That's not leadership because he's ruling off of the fact that he's self-absorbed. So a leader that rules like that is not a leader. You know what they call that? A tyrant. And you trust me, you don't want to be a tyrant. So bottom line is Kobe was an actual leader because Kobe Bryant led by example. You saw that in the 08 Olympics. He was the first one in, last one out. He was defending guys that were younger than him, locking them down every possession. D. Wade, Kobe Bryant, check him up. Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, check him up. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, check him up. Now, mind you, this is after Kobe did a workout where Kobe worked out for basically a period of 2 to 3 hours sweating before he went into the workouts with these guys. Do you know the level of insanity that you have to have as a basketball player to do this stuff? Wake up at 4 a.m., put in sweat for 3 to 4 hours, and then go out there. Okay, Dwayne Wade, we're going to run a one-on-one set. Okay, Carmelo Anthony, we're going to run a one-on-one set. Okay, LeBron James, we're going to run and lock these guys down. These guys told you. Kobe Bryant was guarding these guys consecutively, one after the other, and locking them down. And they couldn't even understand that. Because they asked themselves, where did Kobe Bryant get this energy? It's not the energy. And this is what somebody like LeBron misses. This is a short-sightedness of him. It's the ability that Kobe Bryant was saying that I'm going to exhaust all of this engine. This is why you saw Michael Jordan cry, because he said Kobe Bryant left nothing in the tank, man. You see, this is the difference between what true greatness personification is about versus the bullshit artists. And this is what I've been trying to paint that picture to you guys for you guys to see. But you guys couldn't see this for what it was. There's a separation. There's a distinction. This is why when somebody tells me LeBron James better than Kobe, I cringe. This is why when somebody tells me LeBron James better than Kobe, I shake my head, because if you know this basketball thing, you are a basketball enthusiast, you are a basketball connoisseur, you know this thing in and out and through, just like being an alpha, you got to be that shit through and through, then you can't tell me that LeBron James is better than no damn Kobe Bryant. Not when LeBron James sat there, and it's on YouTube. Y'all can see it in the video where LeBron is showing you how he's so awe-inspired by Kobe. He was sitting with Magic Johnson telling Magic Johnson, with the audacity of a class A narcissist, you can't be no more of a class A narcissist than this dude. Well, I'm not. When I'm not watching myself play, I watch Kobe Bryant play. Like, he already on the level, dog. He made me laugh. I was laughing when I heard that. Well, when I'm not watching myself play, I'm watching Kobe Bryant, because I got to see the way they guard Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I got to see the way that they're playing Kobe, because the way that they play Kobe, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see how the defense is. There was a lot of truths in what he was saying about the Kobe part, but how dare you put yourself in that level? How about you just humble yourself and say, when I'm not playing basketball, I just watch Kobe. Why did you have to insert yourself? See, LeBron always does this bullshit insertion. Y'all don't catch it, but I always catch it because that's class A narcissist behavior. That's narcissism to the T. Always inserting yourself even when you don't need, even when yourself don't even need to be inserted in the damn situation. And here's the one that gets me, because it's even worse. When LeBron tells you, because he was on 60 Minutes, I remember that one. He had to hesitate. The 60 Minutes guy asked him, who's the best basketball player on the planet? LeBron know he wanted to say Kobe, but he's a class A narcissist, and he had to go like this with his stupid look. You know when LeBron get that stupid look like he about to get done up, and he under pressure, he went like this. Well, it's Kobe Bryant, at the moment. What the fuck is that? Nobody asked you if it was Kobe Bryant at the moment. They asked you who was the best basketball player. Just say it's Kobe Bryant. Be done with it. We don't care about at the moment. We don't care about all that. We want to know, bar none, who was the best basketball player. That's what the 60 Minutes host asked you guys. Don't take my word for it. It's on YouTube. He gave you that dumb look. It's Kobe Bryant at the moment. But then, see what I love about the truth hurts, but it will set you free. And you know what I love about the truth? The truth will always have his day. LeBron admitted the truth. He said, then if you watch the 60 Minutes, he then started telling the truth. That truth was whooping his ass. Because he was trying to hesitate to say Kobe, because at that time, that's when they were starting to say LeBron was better than Kobe. But then he said, Kobe has some of the greatest skills we've ever seen in NBA history. He said that. I didn't say that. See, the truth has a way to make you talk even when you don't want to talk. That's what I love about the truth. Because liars, when they stand in front of the damn truth, even they have to tell the damn truth. And he said, Kobe Bryant has some of the greatest skills we've ever seen. We've never seen these types of skills on the basketball court. The way that Kobe Bryant contorts his body. I want y'all to watch that 60-minute interview. He went on a soliloquy. It's like his conscience went in there and slapped him upside the head and said, "No, you better tell the damn truth." And he said the way that Kobe Bryant contorts his body, because you guys know, see, every player has a signature move. Michael Jordan's signature move is his hang time. Kobe Bryant's signature move goes under the radar a lot. People don't pay attention. If you've been paying attention to basketball, you know this. Kobe Bryant contorts his body in a slanted angle when he's in the air. If you're a real Kobe Bryant fan, or if you're a Kobe Bryantologist, you know this. He slants his body and contorts it in a way, it gives him the ability to hide and mask the basketball, but it also gives him the ability, if he needs to change some stuff up while he's in the air, he can do this. And LeBron said, if I tried to do that type of contortion that Kobe Bryant does, I would fall on my ass. At that moment, I went like this. That was the only time I did like this with LeBron. Because I said, damn, the truth came out your mouth. You was trying to be funny with it by saying, well, it's Kobe Bryant at the moment. But then you went on that soliloquy after that, and then you told the damn truth. And I was loving that, because he finally told you guys what his real feelings are about. Or how about the one where they talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, who's the greatest? And LeBron James, so many years later, said, man, when I watch Kobe Bryant, I just do this. I'm like, damn, man, how does this dude play basketball? How does he do the things that he do on the basketball court? It just made me go like this. This ain't come from me, man. This came from LeBron James. This shit is on YouTube, y'all. If you see how LeBron has talked about Kobe when the foot was under the fire and the proverbial foot was on his damn neck, he had to tell the truth. And the truth that he told was Kobe Bryant was just on another level, and he ain't on that damn level. He can't see no damn Kobe. And see, what people have to understand is, and thank you, I love this game. Thank you, sis. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's game are refined, man. They've mastered the game. Dwayne Wade told the ultimate truth in that generation, because Dwayne Wade's part of that generation of him, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron. And they asked Dwayne Wade, who's the best player? Dwayne Wade always kept that same energy. He never put no damn LeBron over no damn Michael Jordan. And if you notice, whenever they asked about Dwayne Wade and Kobe, Wade don't even entertain that. Because I saw Dwayne Wade sat in that 2010 NBA Finals and was just marveled by what Kobe Bryant was doing to that Boston Celtics team. Marvel. I remember that because me and Richy Rich was watching that shit together. Dwayne Wade was right there glued, taking out the notepads, and was like, damn, dog, hey, what this dude doing at the shooting guard? I'm gonna have to take the notepad out and get to the damn scribbling. Because this man doing surgery on bodies like, hey, doctor. Any of y'all don't know the reference, that's juvenile, dog. Let me say it again. He was doing surgery on bodies like, hey, doctor. That's what he was doing, man. And Wade was like sitting here going like this, getting the notepads out and scribbling. Because he couldn't understand the level of greatness. Kobe went on a damn scoring spree, 24 points against the Boston Celtics. Him and Carlos Boozer was pushing each other like, damn, dog. You see what Kobe Bryant doing out here on the Ray Allen, the biggest Kobe Bryant had. Kobe just giving them shots. We ain't gonna say, you know how the rim go. No. Kobe did that shit that was extra. He went cuckoo. That's how the basketball went. The basketball was so sweet. When he hit the net, it went cuckoo. That's what was happening. He kept shooting that motherfucker, cuckoo. And then he was looking, you know Kobe do this? You know your ass getting done up, dog. Ray Allen was pissed. He was pissed because that basketball kept going cuckoo. And then Paul Pierce thought, oh, I'm going to throw my body on Kobe. Kobe, I'll give you the business. Cuckoo. And then you saw Wade and Carlos Boozer like, damn, dog. This dude right here, man. I said all of that to say this. There's what people say, and there's what your peers say. And if you look at peer reaction to what Kobe Bryant does on the basketball court, who does that remind you of? It's peer reaction to what people used to see with Michael Jordan. Do the peers do the same reaction with LeBron James? That's a flat no, y'all. So how is he even compared to those guys when peers don't even give them the same reaction? When you listen to the peers and the way they talk about how they have to build themselves up, Ron Artest, man, you play against Michael Jordan, you got to build yourself up mentally for that. When you play against Kobe, you got to build yourself up mentally for that. But when they play against LeBron, they just know it's going to be a physical game. They just work on their physicality. They don't build themselves up mentally for that. But yet, the biggest lie they told you with this guy was better than MJ and Kobe. This is why I laugh when I see platforms tell you that Kobe Bryant is the most overrated basketball player. And I've seen platforms say this stuff. I just saw a platform the other day that said that. And I just said, man, anybody watching that platform long enough is going to lose fucking brain cells. Just look at the dude that's telling you the platform eating his damn Cheerios. I ain't got problems with Cheerios. But the dude looked like a millionaire eating damn Cheerios telling you Kobe Bryant's the most overrated. Why would I listen to a guy that said, they rolling, hey, yeah, and then you're riding dirty, and then you're riding dirty, and then you're riding it. That's what I was thinking in my head. He made me think of the damn song. I couldn't even think of anything else. And you have the audacity to tell me that Kobe Bryant was the most. Matter of fact, when he was talking, after a while, I bullshit you not. I started playing Chameleonaire. That's how much the dude. I'm like, this dude is 50 years old wearing what 50-year-old wear a freaking do-rag? You can't be taken serious. And you gonna tell me Kobe's the most overrated basketball player? Seriously, dude? As he kept talking, it became gibberish after they rolling, they hating, and they're riding dirty. And then I turned that motherfucker off. Because I told you guys, this is what we dealing with here, man. In this era of people that don't know what they talk about when it comes to basketball. Now, I didn't know if he did that for views. I didn't know if he did that for whatever. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is the fact that Chameleonaire was trying to tell me about Kobe Bryant. First of all, you Chameleonaire. Tell me about music. I don't want to hear about no damn Kobe coming from your damn mouth. Because what you're telling me don't make no damn sense. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we're dealing with here, folks. This is why when HeKnows was gone for a while, you know what I'm saying? HeKnows was in his hiatus. Y'all was feeling some type of way, man. I know Anthony Ellie. I could feel it. That's why he came with that heat. He came with that fire. But that platform is back on active rotation, y'all. Because I needed to recharge some damn batteries. And when HeKnows get back on the scene, everybody got to lift their level of standard up. Because HeKnows don't have it. I ain't having it, y'all. That level of standard, that level of play You could call me the Michael Jordan or the Kobe Bryant of YouTube. Because when I step on the damn scene, y'all better step y'all levels up. Because anybody that's talking that bullshit, anybody that's compromising, is gonna show. Because all people gonna do is watch a HeKnows video and watch your damn video. They're gonna be like, somebody's compromising, because they know HeKnows ain't gonna compromise. So why the hell would I listen to some damn chameleon? But one thing I noticed in my hiatus was you had platforms like Lewis Sports Network that kept the standard. And I appreciated him for that. That's why I respect that brother. He kept the standard. In his encyclopedia way, he kept that standard. So I say salute to him for that. But I've seen a lot of other people that was just, man, they was either cooning, Uncle Tomming, compromising. I don't know if they just wanted for views. Because I see other stuff that's going on, man. And when I see this other stuff, I'm like, man, it ain't kosher, man. It ain't right. So I'm glad I came back on the scene, man, because I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this nonsense. But this is what we're dealing with. Guys that look like freaking chameleonaire, 50 plus years old, telling you Kobe's the most overrated basketball player. The next time y'all see that dude, because you're going to know who I'm talking about, he wears a freaking do-rag. The do-rag was shinier than a damn red ruby. You're going to know who I'm talking about. When you see that person, you're going to laugh your ass off. You're going to basically say you are such a non-authoritarian when it comes to basketball. You don't know what you're talking about because your video doesn't know what it's talking about. Matter of fact, there was a few videos from this dude that talked about that. And it just, I said, that one spark. I'm saying this because it spark plugged me. I said, no, I got to get, I'm a little hiatus. I got to get back sooner than I need to. Because I'm tired of this bullshit. This bullshit not going to ride. It's not going to ride. So for every lie you tell about Kobe, I'm going to tell two truths about LeBron. For every lie you tell about Kobe, I'm going to tell two truths about LeBron. That's what I said. I'm going to tell two truths about LeBron because I'm sick and tired of this foolery and this nonsense for what it is. And just so happened, the motherfucker's the biggest LeBron target. And I said, oh, that's why I couldn't listen to no damn chameleonaire. Because the page said, look, go. Like, what's up with dudes over 50 years old calling LeBron James the GOAT? I have a fundamental problem with that. That makes me cringe. It makes me feel some type of way that guys that are over 50 plus years old is calling LeBron James the GOAT. Something's wrong with that. It don't even sound right. Him and GOAT don't go together. Because when you say GOAT, you're saying greatest of all time. And LeBron is so far removed from that vernacular, it's not even funny, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Thank you, Anthony L. Lewis, facts. LeBron has too many yes men around him. Facts. Lewis said it. Boom. LeBron's personality is what he wants to be like. And I kind of tell that he has too many no so many times, and he's right. Facts, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Well, he corrected it. Hasn't been told no too many times. Facts. Just like I said earlier. LeBron is that guy that he has a whole bunch of people around him that wants to tell him what he want to hear, but not what he need to hear. Because I knew if I would have been around LeBron's camp, they would have fired me in 3 seconds. Because the first thing I would have told him is, you're the greatest of all damn trolls. That's the first thing that would came out of my damn mouth. I know I would have got fired after that. But so damn be it. At least he would have got the truth. I would have said, motherfucker, the day you got on the TV and you told everybody you was the greatest of all time because you beat that 73-19, you saw Maverick Carter's face. Even Maverick Carter, he couldn't even hide it. That's his boy, man. If there's anybody that covers for LeBron James is Maverick Carter, he couldn't even hide it. He cringed when LeBron said that. I want y'all to go back and look at that. He cringed because this is what I love about the truth, man. The truth hurts, but it will set you free, and the truth will have its day, y'all. The truth will always have its day. And what was the truth that came out of Maverick Carter's face? He was taken back by that because he couldn't believe that rubbish came out of LeBron's mouth. So let's get our last thoughts in. Anthony L, I want you to get back in. Richy Rich, what's your last thought on this, man?
My last thoughts is, man, wow, this show. Can you hear me clear?
Loud and clear, brother.
All right. Yeah, this show was fire, man. It was jumping and things were popping, man. We went in and we touched these topics that needed to be addressed, man, sorely addressed. And uh, I like to give hats off to you, man, Anthony L, and everyone going that's leaving comments in the chat, man. You know, everything uh, was active today, man. You know, that's what we got to do, like you say, man. We keep the foot on the necks, man. This topic, we had to, man. We had to because it's a lot of shadiness going around. There's a lot of foolishness going around, and we're not sheep, man. We're not gonna come in with that sheeple mindset. We can see what's going on, man. We're not gonna be fooled. We're not gonna be bamboozled. You know, we have a conscious mind, man, and we're not gonna just sit. You know, sit down and lay down. We're gonna talk about this, man. We're gonna address, you know, and give our viewpoints on this topic, and hopefully, man, more people can be insightful, man, and be more open minded about what's going on and address it as well, man, because this is what needs to happen. You know, the NBA, this their whole thing in Orlando might be doomed. You know what I'm saying? Because of what's going on, the COVID-19. You know, these social injustices not yet being addressed. You know, this stuff, man. It's just a lot of stuff that has to be uh, fixed, man, before you know things can. We can focus on these other pastime things. There's a lot more important things that need to be focused on, man, and fixed and addressed. You know, society needs to look at and start looking at black people, man, like we are a part of this country. You know, our ancestors were taken from their lands and brought over here, so we're here. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't look as if we're a part, man, of this country. You know, they still don't look at us as we belong here. You know, this is something that needs to be fixed. This is something that needs to be addressed. This is something that we need to change, man. They need to change. You know, and the NBA is not important right now. And I'm glad some of the players are sitting out. You know, they have those views, and that's what's important to them. You know, that matters to them more than the game of basketball. So we got to give our hats off to those players, and we got to give ultimate respect to those players because those guys they don't just view themselves as basketball players. They view themselves as more. You know, and that's what a lot of people need. Whatever your line of profession you're in, man, that's how you got to look. You're more than just what you are, what you do for a living. You know, so start looking at yourself as more. Uh, if you're a black person, also the NBA, man, they I just think, man, this whole COVID-19 thing, man, is just a doom. It's just doom because of the cases, man. And then it's gonna leak into the fall. It could be ugly, man. It can be ugly because somehow that virus is gonna find a way to get into that bubble, man. Because people are gonna be. Even Adam Silver said he's gonna be going in and out of the bubble. What if he gets the virus? How's the own commissioner gonna be able to go in and out? That doesn't make sense. So that thing is doomed for failure, man. It's due for stoppage. I'm not trying to put a curse on them or anything like that, but you could just see it, man. Just how Anthony L was saying, man, how you know things when things are just right in your face, man, and you need to act on them, but yet you're being you're not paying attention to the signs. You want to keep doing you. Well, the signs are clear, man. These cases, boy, these cases are alarming, man. Hey, listen, it ain't all about the money, man. It ain't all about the loot. sometimes, man, the people are dying. Hey, your health, man. Just like who says that? Jacob Longwolf. Your health is your wealth. Uh, that's what it's about. And this whole COVID-19 thing, man, some people are taking this thing as a joke. It's not a joke. People are dying through this thing. People are having these symptoms, man, and these players, we don't know what kind of issues they have. We know, yeah, we know they're young. We know they're healthy, they're athletic, they're healthy. But some of these guys got underlying conditions. Some of these guys are probably bringing family members that have underlying conditions. And what if they were to get one of them sick? One of the players that asymptomatic, they spread that thing to one of their family members, and God forbid one of their family members has to go through some serious health issues because of that. Man, it's serious, man. So we these guys, man, they need to look at what's important, man. Adam Silver needs to look at what's important. For him, we know what's important, that dollar. To those owners, that dollar. And I'm glad we touched on LeBron, man, because LeBron, man, that dude is as fake as they come. He's a social media warrior, though. That's what he is. He's like these fools that you know they talk all that nonsense online, but they never show their face. But LeBron, he ain't trying. Just like how you said, Anthony, Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook, they from Compton, and they be out there amongst the people in the hood, and they actually trying to bring some change with this social injustice. You never gonna see LeBron in these damn crowds, man. Is he too good to go in front of these go amongst these people that are his own kind? Is he too big for them? Listen, man, if you're gonna be about this social injustice, if you're gonna try to be one of these dudes, you gotta appear, man. You can't just be in the comfort of your own home, writing on social media on Twitter. You know that's fake. That's as fake as they come. You know what I'm saying? At least, like I mentioned earlier, at least Jordan, man, was Jordan let you know who he is. Hey, man, politics is not my thing. You know, and I respect Jordan because of that. Some people, man, that's just not their calling. You feel me? And they stay in their lane, and that's how it's got to be. If that's not your thing, don't act like it's your thing, man. Because you can't play two sides, man. You can't serve two masters, and you can't play two sides. It's not right. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you. He knows. Thank you, Anthony L. Thank you to all the folks in the chat.
Danielle, close us out, man.
All right, Adam Silver, you've been forewarned. You still got a chance. It's still not too late, Adam Silver. You still have a chance to do the right thing by the people. You still have a chance to do the right thing by these players' health and their safety and their well-being. The ball is in your court, Adam Silver. You have the opportunity still, even with everything that's going on right now, to still do the right thing and just cancel the season. Okay, basketball is a sport that's going to be here when it's all said and done. Basketball is still going to be here, right? So what's the rush, But take heed, because the warning is prevalent. It's right in front of your face. Take heed to it, because if not, you know, you're gonna be standing up there at the podium with these shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and we're gonna be sitting back up here talking about you should have did what you were supposed to do early on. Just like our government should have took precaution of this virus way back in November when the thing first hit China and started going through Italy and Europe, and then eventually made its way to the States. It's all about taking heed to the signs, but people are just hard headed, man. I'll tell you, a hard head make a soft ass. Because I'll tell you, the people just hard headed. I mean, you can even look throughout the Bible, man. I mean, people was just hard headed. King Saul, Samuel told him, destroy everything. What he do? He still left things. He still left behind things after God told him to destroy everything. And Samuel said, obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yep.
You hard headed. Stop being hard headed. Why does it take a tragedy for somebody to come to their senses, for people to come to their senses? The prodigal son had to go to the pigsty. He had to go to the lowest of his low
Yep.
for him to come to his senses, right? Hard-headed. Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar had to be humbled because he was hard-headed, you know. I mean, chance after chance after chance, and I apologize again. I don't mean to get too spiritual with y'all, but y'all know how I do around here. Y'all know how I do. But
Hey,
I only
hey,
say
there's
these things.
no apology over here because
Listen,
we're spiritual over here too, man. So hey, let it rain.
I
Let it.
only say these things to drive home a point, The warning signs is right there, right in front of your face, you know. Take heed to it, right?
Mhm,
Because I'm telling you right now, we're heading into July right now. It's
mhm,
it's gonna be some things about to shake up. We already saw with the New Orleans Pelicans, the whole team tested positive, damn near. So what does
mhm.
that tell you? Y'all need to take this serious.
Exactly.
But y'all thought it was a joke.
Mhm,
The case is still popping up.
mhm.
This ain't nothing to play with.
Yep.
Natural disasters is nothing to play with. God is nothing to play with.
Yep.
Take heed. There's
Yep.
much bigger things to worry about right now than basketball.
Mhm.
I don't know how many chances and curveballs and pitches have to be thrown your way for y'all to wake up,
Mm.
right? So Adam Silver, you still got time to do the right thing, but the
Yep.
clock is ticking, buddy. The clock
Yep.
is ticking. And I
Yep.
appreciate you, HeKnows, for letting me on your platform. Richy Rich,
Mm.
respect to you, brother, and respect to everybody in the chat. Peace.
And let me tell you something, man. Real recognizes real, and when it's all said and done, it's a no-brainer for me to have realness. You know what I'm saying on the platform, man. I mean, the different nuances and the different people that come through. I always appreciate the way that they bring it. Anthony L's energy was needed today, man, because it rose the level of play up and it forced, you know what I'm saying, for everyone to have to stand up. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to understand this, and I want you guys to leave with this saying a life changing moment happens when you force yourself to take action. I'm going to say that again. A life changing moment happens when you force yourself to take action. And boy, him saying what he said was a life changing moment that forced things to to take a reaction and change the circumstances and change the environment and change everything into its right and its proper perspective. So appreciate Anthony L for that. Appreciate everyone that showed up and showed out. Thank you guys for the support. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for doing your thing. As always, you know what I'm saying? This platinum platform here for each and every one that's willing to hear the old cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. There's a new article alert, as you guys see in the ticker down there. Check out www.heknowsthesport.com. Make sure you guys hit the sign up button. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can register to the website so you get the latest and greatest from He Knows the Sport. For those that, you know what I'm saying, are willing to donate to the platform, Cash App is up, money sign that heat and that fire, as well as the super chats. You know what I'm saying? We take whatever donation that you guys could submit, especially when a live stream like this was impactful. It was powerful the way it was. And and I got to follow up to Anthony L. Like the good word says, man, if a man doesn't work, he shall not eat. But guess what? We work. So it's time to reap the harvest and it's time for us to eat. So whatever you guys can donate, we would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anthony L, you shut this thing down. Appreciate you. Richy Rich, you shut it down. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone. You guys have a great Wednesday. You guys enjoy yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Make sure you practice your social distancing. Keep your 6 feet parameter and spacing. And you guys make sure that you wash your hands 20-second intervals and you guys stay away from any situation or any precarious situation that can mess you guys up. So I appreciate you guys, everyone that was in the chat. I love this game. Onetta, Josh, you know what I'm saying? Britt B. Brazy, Yuski Knight, you know what I'm saying? Divine Thought, everyone that was in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for doing y'all thing. Appreciate y'all for taking y'all time out. James, taking y'all time out. We appreciate you guys once again. Thank you. Lewis Sports Network. Check that brother's channel out. Go and subscribe to his channel. Comment, like, and share. And again, those that's new to this platform, subscribe to the HeKnows the Sport channel, comment, like, and share. And we're going to keep the foot on the what on the next. And we're going to keep the foot on the what on the next. This is HeKnows the Sport. Checking out, man. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.